Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a millie, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my style. No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers till my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my style. Juice like a snow cone, ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senoritas going loco, make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo, they big mad cause they coming up short like Frodo. Activate the beast mode, I keep it hot, give your brain a heat stroke. You ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a millie, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my style. No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal.
What is up guys? What is up? कैसे हो आप सभी लोग? क्या हाल चाल? और आ चुके हैं जी का मैच. I hope यार आज जीत जाए please. Please आज please जीत जाए please.
Okay, Lotus on the side for Lotus please.
Heaven map से start होगा. Okay. Lotus भाई डिसाइडर मैप क्या होगा? पर्ल, प्लीज पर्ल डिसाइडर मैप.
Attack.
Okay. We have Ascent, Breeze, and Split left. GE winning first.
Oh,
Alright.
sorry, we'll ban split.
You ban Split, okay. And last two maps are Ascent and Breeze.
Banasa.
Okay, the sider is Breeze, GE is picking the side.
Defense.
Okay, quick recap. We start with Haven, XLG attacks. Then we have Lotus,
Okay.
GE attacks. And if we go to the decider map, which is Breeze, GE defense. Everything correct?
Everything correct?
Good luck, guys.
Good luck guys, good luck, good luck.
Yeah, I think the big thing from that veto is
ये Alex
XLG
जैसे देखने
getting
में नहीं
their
लग रहा
home
आप
map
लोग
of Lotus. That is the map
जो
that
भी
they
है
have
guys,
been
एक second.
phenomenal on. So GE clearly coming in with a plan because they're not banning it today and letting them go to that map.
And quick predictions.
2-1
2-1
GE.
GE.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we are on
insane.
the GE bus right now. I like to hear, but for XLG, this is unfinished business. It's a chance to prove that they can finally deliver on the global stage. And for Global Esports, this is history. This is India's finest at their first ever Masters and loving every second of it. We got old teammates, old friendships, and everything on the line.
रुको
Let's
guys
see
थोड़ा
who
सा
wants it more.
शेयर कर दूं सभी
We
को.
are about to find out who will be surviving another day here at Masters London.
我觉得首先在赛区内，我们通过自己的实力争取到了
भाई
这
ये
个
डेंजर प्लेयर है
国
भाई
际赛
उन
的
लोग
不
का.
名额。我们来这里训练的很刻苦，然后所有人都在用心的去调整自己的心态，自己的这个心态的那些就是上场的那些感觉感受，让自己处于一个自信，然后全力以赴，然后去
Okay,
操作
okay,
去秀的这个
okay.
地方。
XLG, they will persevere.
I mean, XLG was my previous team. I win with them Ascensions. When I was in
Okay.
XLG, I played with Rarga, Happy Way, before I was coach. So right now, I face versus them again.
我觉
ये
得
हो गया
是
ये
我
हो
们的梦想
गया.
一直在驱动我们向前走，去争胜，去专注每一回合，才是推动我们一局一局持续去争胜，全力相信自己的动力。
For us, it's good matchup because like it's Chinese region. It's like same as APEX. They like to fight.
下一场比赛，我想带着 DRG 的愿景，非常自信，全力以赴去争夺这比赛的胜利。
Good luck, guys, and I will destroy you today.
London, we will keep going.
चलो जी हो गया है फाइनली. Hello hello hello.
Fighting for the final spot in the playoffs.
G fighting. Let's go.
G winning, कल क्या वार?
G fighting.
G winning.
Global Esports.
Global Esports in the house. Yay.
My son.
Big bump.
XLG started modestly as a group of
What an
players in a
বন্ধু বলে
PC
গরম
cafe
হয়ে
deep
এটা কি
in
মানা যায়?
northern China, far from the lights of Shanghai.
প্ল্যাটুন
Like
দেখি
a
আস্তে আস্তে
flower
আসছে
in the
এটা কি মানা
desert,
যায়?
they survived time
প্ল্যাটুনে
and
হাগা
time
পেয়ে
again
গেছিল.
through Ascension. They're back in
প্ল্যাটুনে
the
अचानक
आप
गिरा
टिकट टिकट
सीन
कर
They
दो.
qualified to
भाई
playoffs.
ये कर लो
But their opponent
मैच
today
चल से
is
जी और
Global
XLG
Esports, an
उसमें
Indian
नीचे
org
C9
making
can I get
historical
your
run through Pacific. And
jersey?
even today in London is a
Go on.
record broken. But while they're new to the international stage, they are
Listen, hey.
far from new to
সোজা কথা
XLG. They know
যদি
each
আজকে
other so
ব্যাটম্যান আর
well. Yeah, let's
পুরো
not
টাইম
forget
চলে যায়
Crystal
ঠিক
lifted
আছে
ব্যাটম্যান অনেকদিন
Trophy in
চলছে না
China
ভাই.
back in
Why?
2024 with Happyway, with Raga,
আরে
and now
একটু
they sit
প্রেসারও
on the
নিচ্ছে
opposite
অনেক
side.
কিছু বলেছে
So
না
many familiar names that know
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল
and probably
এটা
love
আমি
each
এখন
other
নাই
from
আই ওয়ান্ট
those
টু
days
প্রুভ
back
নাও
in that region,
I will
and
play
now
on
they face
Evo
off one
and all
another,
that.
and one of them will have to
প্রেসারও তো
eliminate
ভাই
the other.
তুই যখন
Yeah,
ওরা
getting
বলে
right
দেয়
back
কিনা
into this
তুমি
map
ভালো
veto,
প্লেয়ার
as
নও
we said before.
শুধু
GE
বাকিরা তোমাকে
decided to
নিয়ে
ban that
তোমরা তুমি
fracture,
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল
letting
খেলেছো
XLG go to Lotus.
Yes.
But first map
Then
of
you have
Haven,
something to
it's
prove.
been a little bit iffy
Yep,
for
you're
GE here.
correct.
Not sure what composition they're going to end up with here. Probably something
আরে
new. That's what they love to do.
ব্যাটম্যান
Remember, something
পারফর্ম
I
না
said
করতে
on the
পারলে
opening day
মানে
when GE first
কিন্তু
played
ও
was that this is a
অ্যাজ আ
team that
ফিল্টার অনেক
relies
ভালো
on
ফিল্টারিং
crazy
করে
composition
Oh,
changes.
so much
We've seen it within their own
fancy, no?
region, and I'm
Oh,
curious
professional.
how that is trying to
ऐसे
work
आप लोग को
Yeah,
वॉच पार्टी में
Based on
थोड़े
one of the
लेते
late
हैं.
games yesterday, and
সিক্রেট
I said
ল্যাবস
this
অরিত্রঘোষ নতুন
intensity of
কিনবে
this
বা
match
Guys,
next
sponsor,
time
guys, sponsor.
mean that they're
Let's go. Arey, welcome to the stream. Aye, let's go G.
XLG on that
Yes.
Haven struggled against the ARG
Let's go,
before.
Spider-Man.
They were in
তো
many
তো রেজারের
advantageous
রেজারের কি
positions into the first plants
কিয়ারটা
especially
সিস্টেমটা কি
and
এটা
could not
মানে
convert
স্পন্সর
at
কেমন
all.
হবে
So GE
Affiliation.
seen
Guys,
that
आप लोग
and thought,
purchase
we
करो,
can do this.
आपको
This
डिस्काउंट
is an
मिलेगा,
easy
मेरे
map
को
for
कमीशन
us.
मिलेगा. That's it.
This
Simple.
is a huge day for both of these
Simple logic, guys.
Right
आपको
now,
डिस्काउंट
it's
मिलेगा, मेरे को
one
एफिलिएट मिलेगा.
playoff
मतलब मेरे को
spot
कमीशन
left,
मिलेगा.
and
That's
you
it.
can
आपका
feel
फायदा, मेरा
how
फायदा.
much
Win-win
each of these
situation.
teams
समझ में?
want it.
Shit.
XLG wanna go the distance to prove that BCT China is
It's called
nothing
mutual
to
benefit, you know.
Mutual तो कुछ और भी होता है.
It's called barter system.
अरे हिला रहा है. अरे 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 अरे.
अरे वो लोग वो नहीं कर रहे, वो तुम सोच रहे हो.
XLG fighting.
वो
अरे
कर रहे
भाई
हैं.
टैग चुरा लिया तेरी.
absolutely incredible. I'm telling you guys, they're gonna make
এটা
top
কি
four
গানে
and
লাগাচ্ছে
they
এটা
pass
কি?
through today.
Noise
I am.
No, noise cancellation, noise cancellation.
নয়েজ ক্যান্সেলেশন তো ক্যান্সেলেশন তো বড় গুলো ছোট গুলো
Sorry, হ্যাঁ,
হয়
বড়টা
না
noise cancellation, ছোটটা হচ্ছে ইয়ে.
For either of these teams. And let's see what agents are gonna be pulling
मेरे को
out.
कुछ बोलना ही नहीं
to make lots of different calls from app.
अरे Zealesis.
আমি ওটাই বলতে
Zealesis, where happened? Why? How? What is that? Hello.
জেলাসিস কোচ কেন করছে এক্সএলজি কে এটা কি মানা যায়
XLG spelling of ये क्या है? Z-Lai Gaming.
I want to see XLG
Zylai
taking the
Gaming.
map
Zylai
from
Gaming.
GE, making the
Yeah,
space feel really
map being
passive
0%
and then throwing
heaven.
in some fakes.
হেরেই নি হেভেন একটা
GE
খেলে
don't
চলে হেরে
have a lot of
গেছে.
information here. They're going to rely on big
এটা
focus
গেস
samples.
ওয়াট
Yeah,
এটা
for
পিক
sure.
কার
I think having that double set
Global
is really
Esports.
interesting for them starting out. I believe that this is the
क्यों
first
पता है?
deadlock that
क्योंकि
we get
वो
to
लोग
see in
बता
the
रहे थे
event
कि
as
उन्होंने
well.
स्क्रीम
Kind of an
किया है इन
underutilized
लोग के साथ
Sentinel these
बहुत
days,
बार
but
और
can also be
स्क्रीम में
used in a
बहुत
kind of
पेला
initiating
है
way to be able to set up the rest of
और
his players.
हेवन में भी पेला है.
Now to take us
আর
to the
তার উপরে আবার
final
দেখ না এক্সএলজি
Swiss match,
ওদের
we are
ওদের উইন রেট
graced by
36%
Mitchman and
Yes,
Thomas.
yes.
আর খেলেওছে ওরা অনেক
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Victoria.
Correct, correct.
Yes,
Very, very
indeed.
correct.
One last spot in playoffs up for grabs, and it's going to be history
Hashtag
made
G
today on the
fighting.
London stage for global esports. I think it's fair to say
42.9%.
they're coming in looking hot, but
Santon,
XLG
first round किया बे.
looking to right the wrongs that have been done to
জি
their
জি
region.
আবার
They've
কি
sent
পিজি
DRG
আউট ভাই
home,
এরা.
and now as they
PG
said, they look to
out.
carry forward
Flash,
their ideas.
icon.
পিজিওটা
Done.
পোকেমন ছিল না
Do it for the boys they
Garin,
sent back
man.
home. A start here from XLG on the attack
Okay.
side of Haven, and already
Ready?
wasting
Ooh,
no
shot.
time.
Trade হয়ে গেছে, trade হয়ে
From
গেছে.
Crystal in the interview. They love to fight, and this time
এও trade
the
হয়ে
fights are
গেছে.
going XL.
Ish.
ব্যাটম্যান বেঁচে গেছে
Even with Patman fighting that, he's so
Batman
low
হারছে
to
ভাই.
2v1.
আবার ক্রিস্টাল আবার 1v2 ভাই এটা কি মানা যায় ক্রিস্টাল একা কত করবে
coming through yesterday.
Batman
Almost
ভাই
an
মার
argument
লে
to
ভাই.
just put him on
Deadlock
killjoy on every
নিয়েছে.
single map with what we've
একটু
seen
ভোট করে দিস তো
Crystal
চ্যাটে গিয়ে
do
who gonna win today
on that specific agent.
না
But
না
this
আমি
is
সব
going to
করি
be a
না আমি
tough
যাকে
one.
ভোট করি সে হেরে যায়
Side happy way. Has been
কোনটা
unstoppable, but a little bit shaky for both.
আমি
of
কিছু
them.
বলবোই না ভাই.
এই
আমি
তো
ফার্স্ট টাইম বললাম জি জিতবে. ওরা নাকি পিস্তল লং
And
পাচ্ছে.
something you mentioned, like having to carry
কালকে কি হয়েছিল মনে আছে তো যে পিস্তল রাউন্ড জিতছিল সে
both teams had
সে
to go
হারছিল.
through a regional team to get there. So I'm almost looking at this as don't waste it. You had to send someone else home.
ব্যাটম্যান কে কোনে
Well,
মারতে
we
হতো
talk about
একটা.
those friendships in GE as well, the relation that
এখন
they
তো
have
কি
for both
দাঁড়াচ্ছে?
sides. And now you come in with a different
ওর হাত
relation.
পৌঁছাচ্ছে না বলে দাঁড়াবে.
We're hearing these guys are scrim
छोड़ दिया
partners.
guys, छोड़
They
दिया.
play each other a lot, so I want to see one of them maybe have a few extra ideas of how to beat the other, because that's where they will have practiced everything.
Scrim
अरे, अरे,
partners,
अरे,
previous
ठक, ठक, ठक,
teammates, what
ये
half
happy
of the
यही तो
players
खूब
in this
बेशी
game
मारे
used to
सुने
play
छी.
together in some form
Happy
or
हुई
the
हैं.
other, going across teams. So
That Ascension game.
ये कैसा क्लासिक है? अब ये टेढ़ा घोस्ट है.
it's definitely somewhere that they're
टेढ़ा
familiar
घोस्ट.
with the bodies on the opposite side of the
এটা কোন
stage.
গান?
XLG
টেরা
have the
ঘোস্ট এটা তোর
pistol.
ইয়ে ফেস গার্ড.
Very strong start
ফেস
from
গার্ড
Happyway.
ফেস গার্ড টিল্টেড
Little
টিল্টেড
spat
ক্লাসিক.
through the door and a
Tilted
very
Vandal
awkward
আছে.
fight after. It's okay. But the weapons now on everybody else for XLG. We don't expect to see them lose all too much. Nice bait by Patman. Pretends to jump out of the window to draw in the fight. Good flash though. Uditon has his vision back and they're looking to fight this together. Raga has to be careful. Doesn't know
Udo,
there's a player
please.
quite as close as he
Good,
is.
Udo.
And this is getting costly already. Still,
Ore,
the
Udo.
numbers there for XLG. They don't want to lose anybody else.
आवाज
It's a
Crystal
guessing
बेचे.
game as to where Crystal is at this
गन
stage
गिरा
of the
हुआ
game.
है, गन उठाएगा ना.
Will be a rifle
Adia.
retrieved. The
Hello, hello, I'm
SMGs
back,
are
guys.
not really
Yes,
the worry
yes,
at this
yes.
point.
এইটা কি হচ্ছে এই এটা আবার ক্রিস্টাল একা কি করে গেল
Crystal is like lone
If you
survivor.
get one, it would be
পেতেই
huge,
আসছে নাকি?
honestly.
ঠিক আছে অ্যাটাকিং ম্যাপ
Sound
আছে
patch, sound patch.
Weaponry winning
Sound
here
patch, sound patch,
should be
Crystal.
impossible.
কি করবে ওটা কাছে দেখ না ক্লাসিক আছে জি বান্ডাল নিয়েও কিছু হবে না
Oh no, I don't like
Hurry,
the
hurry, hurry.
check by no man, but eventually
No
he
man's
will go
land.
back. 2-0 for XLG, an important conversion. Now they'll look to build into this map because I have a feeling the reason that GE might have taken us here was after witnessing their display on this map versus DRG, which I'll be honest was very surprising from my side because I thought they'd go into that match maybe not
इसको
heavily
बैठाओ यार,
favored,
इसको
but
sit
at
down
least,
कराओ थोड़ा
like,
सा।
even competing on maps that
ওটা লেওসার না
feel a little bit less
লাইসর
confident.
নাকি
Laisor।
এই লাইসরটা ইয়ে ছিল না কি বলে ওটাকে লাইসরটা ওই কি বলে ওটাকে উলফে ছিল না
पता नहीं रे XLG कैसा टीम है XLG चाइनीज टीम है
Already, 2 on the board. It's a strong start.
Malo,
XLG
malo.
take down Udaton as well. This is not going that
Autumn!
poorly until Autumn shows up to the site. A double kill, a triple kill, in fact, before he finally falls. And yet still, we're into a 2v2.
पूरा खोलो ना रोंटा
To run it back, one of those kills that was traded out, and especially considering some of the weaknesses in play. A plant for long. Eventually.
কি করছো
ও ওয়েট করছে কি কোথায় আছে
স্প্যামেবল তো ওটা
a horrible position.
No,
They know
no,
exactly where he is, and Harvey just patient. Now knowing where the last man is because of the ping. I'm not sure what went on there.
Spectre has
এদের বাই রাউন্ডে কতগুলো গান ফেলে দিয়েছে
Maybe trying to bait someone in, but it didn't look like that. You don't normally stick it all the way to the very end and then let go if you're baiting.
No, it's certainly a strange strategy. I don't know what they were expecting to come their way and around with no ults and limited utility on the other side, but maybe just conscious of a quick re-aggression, some deadlock util, the net,
Zavi's
the
feeling
shocks,
it, guys. Zavi's
who knows, or
feeling
maybe they just stopped defusing a little bit too early, or stopped planting a little bit too early. Either way, a 2-1 score line. Early half goes
Guys, थोड़ा
as it should.
subscriber बढ़
But now
जाता
XLG
तो
come in.
मतलब
They put all their credits into this round. This is a full buy for the attack side.
अच्छा
Very little margin
বলছিলাম
for
না
error.
নাইসার উলফে খেলেছিল
We are going to have a lights out start
যে
to this
উলফের
half.
লাইনআপটা
This will be the
টরন্টো
round
খেলেছিল
that
ওই
decides it.
লাইনআপে ছিল
Okay, got it.
Flash an awful lot.
कैसा खाना वाला फ्लैश है
The GX
It's
doing it
fat
every single round, but
सुई फैट हुए हैं
ওই জেলাসিস কি চুমু খাচ্ছিল
highlighting the jewels, talking about
Fuck you.
the fiery side of this matchup. But I'll say that
Yes,
the
yes,
players I
got
want to
it.
highlight in this game are all currently playing Sentinel. It was Autumn who will flex later on.
क्या मेरा
Happy way
400 नहीं होगा
that-
गाइस
To be honest, to get them through
381 में अटका
split,
पड़ा है बहुत दिनों से
had to drop 35 kills.
Patiman will be important.
अरे नीचे का लोग स्टाइल
And it doesn't even look close.
Barrier created.
Keep your eyes on him as this game goes on.
Nice.
Patman with the early aggression now.
একটা blind ওখানে মরে যাবে সবাই
And he's found himself the pick now. C-Long no longer in the hands of XLG. They look to fight deep towards the spawn. And Long has taken a double, but they don't think there's more here.
এটা কি মারছো
ও ভাই জাভি
ভাই জাভি
আমি বললাম না জাভি ইজ ফিলিং ইট জাভি ইজ ফিলিং ইট
Against the wall, but they came out swinging.
कोई नहीं एक पॉप ऑफ कर दे यार
Like, you see the fight forward from Raga, and
let's go
কিন্তু জানিস একটা জিনিস কি এই নবাতি আসতো না যদি প্যাটম্যান ওখানে মেরে দিত প্যাটম্যান মিস করলো
हां
I almost
बैटमैन
wonder
অনেক
if they think he was
खास है
baiting
भाई
at that point just because of
जेलस
the
भाई आपको
chaos
क्या
that
हुआ
came in, but it worked perfectly. Harvey then still
Jealousy
বলছে
Sentinel
C9 এ হচ্ছে না
exactly what he does.
এখন কোন টিমে ছিল
Just Fury on
C9
C9 छोड़ के XLG का कोच बन गया है
কোচ बन गया
Well, in this round,
এই উপরের ওই উইন্ডোটাকে ফাটানো যায় ওটাতে একটা কাজ আছে যে
play with the tool.
ঠিক আছে
এই উপরেরটা
আচ্ছা ওটা না কালকে আবার
कुछ भी हो
ওখানে সেজের ওয়াল করে গ্রিম মারতো শটে
হ্যাঁ এইসব দেখেছি আমিও প্যাটিম্যান
towards the B side.
ওদের কাছে তো
সাইফারের ট্র্যাপ
আচ্ছা
লাগানো কোনো ট্র্যাপ যদি থাকে
ও ডাবল
ফাটেনি ট্র্যাপ লাগানো হইছে পিছনে লাগিয়ে রেখেছে
The problem is they have so much they can
হ্যাঁ
just
জরা
keep changing up those positions.
আরে উঠে আচ্ছা এটা তো ওদের
It's
ট্র্যাপ
a very unusual comp to play against on this map. And those sensors are
मारे
going
को
to punish Nomad
आएगा
every time he wants to dash in to take
पेशेंस
space
यू नो
if he
पेशेंस
chooses the wrong side.
এই মেরে দিছে একটাকে
Nice shot, Harvey.
একটা আবার ড্যামেজও খাবে
He's not
না খায়
necessarily been the highlight player individually.
ए
but he's
এরা
had a
ফুল
great
শিল্ড নিয়ে
start.
তোরা বি আছে
And mainly that's because they've had
Full
so many other highlight players individually.
ओए ये full release भाई.
It's going to be awkward in there. You even mentioned
Yeah,
it. He tries to go over the
spike
utility that
drop
was blocking him.
Omen TP
Walks
করেছে
into more
উপরে
utility.
Expected,
A nasty
expected.
setup.
Batman
Batman. They saw, okay, let's this utility. At least
Eco flacker बोलते ही.
And
Copy
it
खोलते ही.
wasn't. 3-2, a flawless round.
अरे आस्ते बैटमैन मॉनिटर उड़ जाएगा
They have just built up a hell of a lot of
500
credits
hertz
after
ऐसे ही
some
नहीं
much
दिया है.
closer rounds.
वो हेट के मेरे बीच में.
as
वो
well.
हाथ
I mean,
तुले
Lowe's
नहीं
will
गए
rip his head off with that
साइफर.
singer, or at least his helmet, but
भाई साइफरটা মরার সময় দুটো হাত তুলে দিয়েছিল ভাই.
correction just in time, walks out of there with 3 kills, and
this could be
although
the
round
day
probably wouldn't get out of control even if he does lose that fight. Extra weapon carry forward, and less chances for XLG to do damage. A 2-0 start for that attack side. XLG now
এত ভালো গাইছে এবার কপিরাইট স্ট্রাইক না চলে আসে
YouTube भी लाइक अरे आपका इंतजार था.
आप मुंबई आ जाओ.
XLG have no shortage of opportunities in this round.
ना बोलबे आप घर चले जाओ कुछ भी नहीं तो की फाड़ में
की बाबा
There are bodies, a barricade
ना
of
तो
bodies.
नीचे
They're finding nothing but
तो
आइए but he's right in the
उसको
middle
उठाया और
of the
निकाल
open. An easy conversion for Javi. And a 2v5 this buy round. It's going nowhere.
अरे की मारছে এটা ক্রিস্টাল what
हैक भाई चाइनीज हैक
The B side.
चाइनीज को यूज उनके हैक से फेल दिया.
Starting to see the same troubles again. A composition. You look at the
বসে আছে
Jet Phoenix and you go, okay, on the attack, that should be deadly.
এই মার
Like,
ওখানে
it
মার
should be
মরে
where
যাবে
you get the
ইনস্ট্যান্ট
majority
দিয়ে
of your rounds,
চেক হিম
right?
চেক হিম
হাবি মরবে না
Check him
চেক
PC.
করবে
They are struggling to
Check him PC.
not even get rounds, get kills.
আই বলবে সারপ্রাইজ মাদারফাকার
Happy Way still alive though. That's why you
shot
always be
right.
careful picking up against him. Incredible.
হ্যাপি ওয়েটা
individual
মারে
ability,
শুনে
but
যেতে.
we're asking a lot here.
রিলোড করবে না?
It'll give them indication that they
ऐसा
can
पढ़े
plant
ना
on B.
ऐसा पता नहीं ग्रैंड जीते
Let's
But
go.
from here, Happy Way has to have a lot of
Batman
confidence.
yes.
Leo's 41
Batman
HP.
is Batman.
I mean, my guy is in trouble,
Don't-
but he has
এটা 22 bullets না ও তো 4 bullets আছে
ও যা লো আছে ওকে একটা বুলেটেই মারতে হবে
And they know all about this man.
Oh, no,
It's
no,
a
no,
bit
no, no.
shaky.
Finish
that way as
Batman,
well.
let's
Batman with a
go.
double to put GE
छोड़ो
on
वैसे
double
चैटे भाई,
rounds
Batman,
of
Batman.
XLG. A pistol gave them a leg
Oh,
up, but
Soda is the real MVP.
flat in their face
Yes.
ever since.
Yeah, and I think it is going to be.
नाम की रैंडम बढ़िया
Some
बोल
of the players in this
Let's Soda be X
It's a very weird scenario because I think Kingston is someone that you look regionally, he is fantastic. Like he is someone that always seems to step up. When it gets to the international stage, it's looked very different to the point where I think a lot of the time, all of these like top 15, top 20 lists, he normally made it, and then nowadays probably not so much. And I think looking at the Coinbase win condition, he is someone I need to see
Let's
more
go.
from, especially on this Phoenix on the attack. Like they're going to be feeding him off. So they're going to be setting him up with no man taking space. So I can forgive a little bit more because he's diving headfirst into all of the utility. But if the follow-up is not there,
hey the player
this
soundboard
Phoenix
चला
is
करना
kind of wasted. You need to be getting kills to earn those extra orbs to get another running back to
Mary
get more
Mercy
kills.
match
It all
along.
feeds into itself. And the
Mary
rest of the
Mercy.
utility that we've seen
Copyright पे
hasn't
है भाई
really done anything just yet.
वाह
It's
मैं অনেক
definitely the right
ভিডিও
moment
ইউজ
for a
করেছি ভাই.
timeout. XLG.
এদের
When it
কথাগুলো
comes to
শোনানো
these
উচিত
buy
জানিস
rounds, like we
টাইম
said, they're
আউটে.
not just losing the rounds, they're losing them in a fairly dominant fashion. Even if you look at the timeline, Diffuse in round 6, great. It was 4v2,
কথাগুলো শুনলে তো
5v2,
সব স্ট্র্যাটেজি বুঝে
and they
যাবে
were given the space by GE.
Wow.
This was somewhere where the defense came in and said, let's secure the win, instead of just trying to crush them into dust early on. And if XLG are being given no opportunities to get back in, they've got to start creating something.
এটারও লাইন আপ था.
It's early days. I think the
Yes sir, everything is line
a
up.
bit of a buffer. But I can definitely
तभी सोचू 2 किल
understand
कैसे
why
था
Boya
मेरा.
wants to have a little chat with the team.
ভাই,
They've already
আর
witnessed
বলিস
this
না
get out
ভাই।
of control versus their
আমি
regional
ম্যাচের
rivals,
শেষে আমি
ARGB.
ট্যাব দাবাইনি পুরো
I think
ইয়েতে
we
আমি
put
দেখিনি
GE on
যে
a
ভাই
slightly higher pedestal.
দুটো কিলে আছি
It's about to
এই
say.
দাদা নিচে টিপি করলো তো.
If he
হ্যাঁ
had
হ্যাঁ
stepped
তো
back
উপরে
down,
তাকিয়ে
he's
করা
the
যায়,
easiest
করা
thing
যায়,
I've
করা
ever seen in
যায়।
my life, but he
নিচে
did.
টিপি করা যায়
Got already with the trade though.
আরে
একদম কোনায়
করা যায় ওই একদম একটা কোনায় ইয়ে আছে।
Yudotan
এই
finds a
রাগাটা
double.
কুছ মার
Even
বেশি
still,
ডেঞ্জার মারছে তো.
weaker
হ্যাঁ
weapons
রার্গা ভালো খেলে
into a 2v2 again, Pat.
রার্গা আর ওই ये হ্যাপি ভাই ভালো মারে
Second they go for the plant. This is a
রাগা ভাই का या
problem. I
कौन
don't think there's any way that Raga can
अरे
react to this.
चाचा.
And
দাঁড়া 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 তা তা
once again blinded up as he
ব্যাটম্যান এবার খুলছে মনে হচ্ছে তাই না খাতাটা
ব্যাটম্যান
ডুইং হিজ খাতা থিংস
কোন সময় ব্যাটম্যান খেলে কোন সময় ক্রিস্টাল খেলে
কোন সময় জাভি মেরে
কোন সময় জাভি খেলে
আমার মনে হয় না এবারকার গ্লোবাল স্পোর্টস এর টিমটা অনেকটা মানে খেলাটা ফেনাটিকের মতন লাগে খুব ডিসিপ্লিনড ওয়েতে খেলছে
বেশি কথা নয়
you know you can jinx it
না jinx না ভাই जब कॉन्फिडेंस हो ना अपने टीम में jinx नहीं होता है
वो ठीक है लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होना
fight back into the site with ease, go deep into the spawn. There's so many
ফেনাটিকের
options
মতো
for
খেলছে
them.
বলছি
But G
Fnatic তো
recovered
হেরেছে
that
না।
nicely.
Fnatic is Fnatic, you know.
Spark of life.
They got boosted and Alpha here. We got Batman and Zavi. I mean, yeah, Batman and Udotan.
A bit of that already with like some of the earlier low buys that they can do
ये
damage.
जाने ना कि क्रिस्टल
They now go back to
Yes sir.
Chinese hack
maybe some of the slow
ये क्रिस्टल दांत नहीं लगाते करो
Yes sir.
এই মেরে দিছে একটাকে
I didn't even think he'd get away with one.
वो
Unfortunately,
देखে
that's
बुझे वाला एकটাকে
another
মেরেছে
sort of cursed moment for WS Leo. He is
Yeah,
1-7, and that Hunter's Fury is not going to play a part in this round.
Well, Rarga used his flashes up to get a little bit of control towards Garage. Trying to cause problems for that defense. Create question marks.
ये गेम ऑटोमर में मैं
For now, at
राउंड
least
डेटा
G's response is to play much more passive.
Okay.
Cover off these angles. They have to watch the walk
देख ना ये हिट
through the window. They have to be careful of the wraparound on B.
ये हिट
As a result,
ये একটা ট্র্যাপ ভিতরে
whenever the fight comes in, they're not going to be in the best position.
কারণ একটা ভাঙার পর সেকেন্ডটা এক্সপেক্ট করবে না
Site Autumn is completely isolated. He's got two trips
ना,
over
দুটো নিচে
covering
লাগানো
long and
রে।
a camera watching for the short
হ্যাঁ
walk up.
জানি যে
If he
ওটা
gets one of
ওই
these
দেখ,
out,
ফার্স্টটা
his
ফাটিয়ে
job is
যখন
done. And
স্মোক
there's an
করতে হবে
easy reveal.
ওই
The
যে
second trip, not expected, but happy
এটা
when
কভার
it
লাগতো
converts.
এর।
And Lester's there
হ্যাঁ
for another.
সেকেন্ড
Now XLG
Huh?
are heating up, and the A site plant is locked in.
They found the weaker site. And while they know exactly where Crystal is as well, we get to see one of those crazy clutch moments for him
বহুত
so
পয়সা ভাই
far.
অন্ধ
I
পয়সা
mean, the amount of credits that they currently have,
দেখছিস চাইনিজ
would
হ্যাক
be mad to see him go for this.
ডান 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 ডান
সিট
ডান 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 ডান
ওই দেখ 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 দেখছিস
Facing
দেখছিস
off
সব জানে
against him
কোথায়
with
কে
no
আছে
spams being found. In fact, he found the other way. Light saw to close things
एक
out.
बाप रे।
Triple.
सिट डाउन कराओ थोड़ा सा ये उठ रहा है
Third round
Lyser,
found for
Lyser,
XLG after the
Lyser.
pause.
Yeah,
Is
great
he
opening
covered
pick
already
as
Python
well,
or
setting a
not?
player up top box, someone down a little bit lower.
बोला ना,
Makes it
autumn में
almost
round है,
impossible
जल्दी
for
बाहर
Nop to
तो
get a
वही
pick
बात
and get out of there, regardless of who they're
अरे ये
playing.
कौन सा कैमरा
Even
एंगल है
more so with that little prime time to get ready
अरे
for
अरे
the
अंकल
sprint.
ज्यादा जूम हो गया है
Udaton found his pick, but he got punished immediately. XLG get control off of that, then hit a lighter A site and shred every defender that was trying to flood back through. Very nice round from the attack side. And again, just showing us that they can
तो
get
मेरा
the
वाला
work
रिकॉन
done
है
when it comes to those buy rounds. They don't use everything either coming through here with the Hunter's Fury.
উডুটান আবার আজকে
Still
পুশ
that
করছে
blade
রে
storm in the back pocket.
ভালো ভালো খেলো একটু একবার খেলো
My only
পয়সা
worry
আছে তো
so far is that even going into the late round there, not a lot of that utility is being broken. Now, of course, that kind of
লাইন
came
আপ
through
দিচ্ছিস
because
আরে তেসা লাইন আপ জানিস নাকি এ থেকে লাইন আপ দিলে বুঝতে পারছিস তো
eliminated immediately. So they are
কোনো
going to
কথা
start
হবে
doing
না
that and maybe just go for a more direct take.
ये থেকে দিলো
Already
what
destroying
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
what was thrown down by Crystal, but he's still doing a lot to delay them.
A second player
What?
back is
এই
having
না,
very long and Crystal
এটাই জাবিকে
falls
মারতে
after
হতো
one. XLG, this is
আরে
something that was
অটামের
mentioned
উপর
on the desk
ফালতু ফালতু
gaps,
প্রেসার আসবে
weaknesses towards this A site. And XLG been
তোমার
running into
সাথে কেউ
numbers
নেই
there, and it doesn't
এবার
even seem
ওমেন
to
আছে
matter. Definitely feels like the attack have cracked the code to getting the spike planted, and now in the post plant. Hunter's Fury is there,
ও
but
একে
it's on the
দেখো
site.
আমাদের
ওই দেখ
Likely
উড়বো
to
মেরে
use
দিয়েছে
it.
রিলোডটা
They've
কর
lost
না
Happy
ভাই
Way. And all coming
আর
out the back lines means
রিলোডটা
আরে
বললে-
রিলোড ছিল না হাট
no man
বলছি তো
brings the
রিলোডটা
heat for the
করতে
triple. At this point, the off
Ooh.
being saved is probably the best outcome,
Oh,
but he's got to be quick. 30 HP, a straight shot to take him down. Okay, Udaton makes it out. Op is saved, but XLG, they are closing this gap round by round.
बस ওখানে থাক ওখানে থাক ওখানে থাক
Starting
ওখানে
to
থাক
see some
ওখানে
of
থাক
those individuals come online. I think No Man's
Ah,
definitely
good.
had some quieter series
তোমার
throughout
শুনতে
the
পাচ্ছে
tournament so
ঠিক
far,
ঠিক
but
গুড কল
the
Yes,
fact
yes,
that
good
he's
call.
heating up, the dash into enemies and managing to get a double kill, it puts them one away from their opponents.
ওকে ওকে
And for the defense, they are going to be able to keep that
বেশি মজা করছে না একটুখানি এরা
operator in hand.
ওটা
and
কে
get
বলতো
them
ওটা
going
ইউমান
into the next round.
ইউমান চারটা পেলো না
I
ওকে মিস্টার 3K বলে ও সবসময় 3টা কিল পায়
If the momentum starts to flip, or more so if they just
আচ্ছা এবারও 3K পেয়েছে যখনই 3K পায় তখন এমন করে
আমিও শাহরুখ খান বলছি তো
some clear knowledge that it would be a push into that A side. They definitely suffered. Instead though, they're just going to stack up that side of the map.
ইমাজিনই করতে পারলাম না শাহরুখ খান
এটা ইউম্যানটা ওই ইউম্যানই না যে জেনজিতে গেছিল দিয়ে ভাগিয়ে দিয়েছিল ওকে
আচ্ছা 3K করার জন্য ভাগিয়ে দিয়েছে
কারণ ওদের কাছে আগে থেকে মিস্টার 4K আছে
মিস্টার 6K নেই ভাই 10K নেই 9K চাই 10K না ওর টিমমেট কে উড়িয়ে দেবে ভাই এনিমি ওরা
ই বাবা
না ওটা
হেল না
বাজে হয়ে গেল
এক্সপেক্টেড ভাই বাজে খেলছে না হঠাৎ করে আবার
3000টা লাগিয়ে দিল
কি সমস্যা ভাই sometimes it's good sometimes it's shit
ডিসিপ্লিন কত কিছু বলে দিবি
sometimes it is good sometimes it's shit
উইনেবল ইউ সেভ করছে
টাইম নেই যতক্ষণে পৌঁছাবে ততক্ষণে মারবে ততক্ষণ
ফালতু বলছে এদের উপর দিয়ে আমি বুঝি না
A very direct play from them in this round, and it's working. I like the fact that they go for deeper aggression as well, sensing that it wasn't being as well defended. No smokes called in the end, playing post plant. This is looking like a much more well-rounded XLG attack side.
Yeah, I think especially the fact that
hello guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome.
I think when you have a composition like this,
very
if you sit
welcome.
passive, you just don't really have the utility on those
welcome madam
to
welcome
buy additional time. But just being disruptive, I'm starting to notice that a lot of what G is trying to do on the defense, rather than actually playing into those retakes, which in some of the earlier rounds was actually working for them, they're making hero plays to try and save a teammate that's isolated. Like Patman especially, I think this has been a bit of a flaw at times in his game where he wants to try and win the round and sometimes ends up being the one to throw it away. But it was a gamble to try and make a play to help out his teammate on the site, rather than almost lean into some of those retakes.
Yeah, we saw him run out of garage. Who's that? Another direct play from XLG. This time more numbers and utility waiting for him. Still draws first blood. And Crystal's thinking about emerging from that smoke.
No, one thing is spam kill there.
Marcus Spanman through. Great flash on backside and crumbling. The current state of the defensive side. The jump over is even going to be potentially heard. And yes, Happyway did. Right? Okay. Oh, either way, he gets it right in the end. The op of you.
কাকে মারলো কে মরে গেল
না ওকে মেরেছিল
জানতো যে ওর জন্য জিগেল দিচ্ছে তো
but this time the net is already cast so
জানে এখানে একটা আসবে
Happyway is sat on the A side. He's about to have a freebie, you have to think. Yuditon is clearing it though. Shot. All right, fair enough. He's earned that op.
Yeah, he's been trying to be in the right place at the right time over the last couple of rounds, but he's never been in position, and unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time once more. Cleaning up on that XLG side, and
attacking map 7-5
be it to be that little bit more aggressive, be more direct, but avoiding it has definitely made a difference, because I think after round 6 he took the pause, round 7 was an easy win, and from then onwards they've won every single round.
অনেক মানে ভালোই আছে ঠিকঠাক attacking the map.
Play for after a 5-round streak from GE. Their lead has been taken over by XLG. There's a chance that they could be trailing at the halftime. Fighting to be even Stevens. We move into the a little pixel angle for Crystal.
500 hearts, let's go.
Target down. And that's
তো কিল মিল দেখতে গিয়ে আমি ওর শটটা মিস করলাম জানিস
the other part has an operator.
আরে
has found the opening. Bladestorm back pocket and Batman
down.
An immediate response. Jump over the top, but Autumn not able to find anything. Operator going to be swinging in. It's not even needed. They are winning every single battle on the XLG side, and Crystal's ult is available, but it's one that only really works with reduced numbers. Going to try and throw it in just to clear the backside.
Ji
But there was
baba,
nobody there,
ji.
leaving everybody with knowledge of where he is, and an easy closeout in the M for WS Leo. 7-5 from the position they were at. XLG have climbed right into this game.
Attacking map तो 7-5 तो ठीक ही है
ठीक है फिर भी मतलब
6-6 वाले ভালো হতো
Like you said, 5 and 2 down. They dug deep. They
মানে এরা না প্রেসার না থাকলে খেলে না
গ্লোবাল এসপোর্টস and individuals are starting to heat
পুরো
up.
ফেটে যাবে হ্যাঁ পুরো ফেটে যাবে ভাই মরার অবস্থা তখন মা পাগলের মতন খেলতে শুরু করে
To be an XLG fan, at least here in half number 1, there is plenty more
Valorant
to come.
PRX how
You know, speaking about XLG having a good old time.
इसीलिए नाम है ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स सबका ले लिया है सब कुछ खुद का ही नहीं है कुछ
ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स
अरे मेकअप করছে ভাই
Thank you very much, Heather. Laxi is here, our XLG mascot. She's here to tell us more about the new map that's going to be revealed on June 21st. What can you
আমি
tell us,
তো আজ
Laxi?
জি কে সাপোর্ট করছিলাম আরে না না জি কে সাপোর্ট করার দরকার নেই You support XLG, you know. You should jinx.
Do that on a map. That is insane. More excited than ever. Can you tell us anything about what inspired this map, Laxi? Wow. Literally mark it in your calendars right now, June 21st. We've got an epic show match on the cards before the grand finals. Laxi, are you going to be playing in the match? Laxi's got a hair appointment, but it's fine because she'll be watching from the makeup chair. Thank you so much, Laxi.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, XLG.
Thanks.
Let's get back into the game.
Guess the rank খেল yes খেলবো ফার্স্ট ম্যাপটা হয়ে যাক তারপর খেলছি এটা বেশিক্ষণ দেখতে হবে
ভাই কি ফালতু
ওটা ভাই
ইভান মুসরা জিনিসপত্র ভাই
যাওয়ার পর আমরা খেলছিলাম
ও ভাই আমার ভালো লাগে না
ফা কোথায় গেল ফা
এদের খেলা হচ্ছে না
গ্লোবাল স্পোর্টস লেটস go!
Perhaps thinking that it was a weakness for XLG, who struggled against their regional rivals. But you know what? A lot has changed in a very short period of time. XLG looking like they came here to play. How far away from winning?
आप गाना मत गाइए मेरे हेडफोन सह नहीं पाता
It happened yesterday. They were able to turn the series around, but
सह नहीं पाता
will there be a flawless in the second half yes or no
come in with a solid attack side.
पिस्टल राउंड पीजीटी पिस्टल राउंड ग्लोबल জিতছে
আবার বলে দিল ভাই फिर से हार रहे हैं क्यों
अरे ना ना জিতবে বা জিতবে এবার কোনো ইয়ে নাই এদের
আরে
দেশ তো আরে সরি
He had support on the site. Lysor trying to hold the line, but
Ready?
right out of
nice shot nice
didn't have
shot
any frames
Batman.
to play with. 2 stand.
देखे नहीं जो है
Can they turn this pistol?
Happyway has been very
Patman!
so far, but Patman's quick to put him in his place, leaving Leo.
you know what is coming
1v4
nah nah you know what is
XLG
coming
let's go good support দিল সে XLG guys
no no এখন জানিস কি আসতে চলেছে
That'll be a clean up for
6-7
put things level at 7-7 if they can win the Andy Eco.
6-7
That's the thing with both teams having a pistol, both teams winning 5
বললাম
rounds in
না
a row.
পিস্তল
Talking about
Pistol
being
gods.
scrim partners playing against each other
আমি
regularly,
বলেছি
it
এটা
almost seems
জি
like
এবার
this one's been mapped
ইয়ে
out,
ভিসিটি
but
মাস্টার্স জিতছে
I also do
Bass.
go in looking at GE on the attack. Like you kind of expect having that double senti to maybe help you out on the defensive side. But I also do think that a lot of deadlock compositions have potential
6-7
to clear angles, make things
मैं
a little
चुप
bit
हो
more
जाता
awkward,
हूँ
मैं
not
चुप
leave
हो
you
गया
with
हूँ
safe
अगर
spots to
ग्लोबल
stand
स्पोर्ट्स
in.
मास्टर जीत गया तो জি বান্ডেল
অরিত্র আমাকে একটা গিফট করবে অরিত্র
আমাকে রানীর ব্যাগ বান্ডেলটা
হ্যাঁ मान लो मैं घूम जाता हूँ रुको
Over on that knee.
मैं घूम जाता हूँ
আমাকে রানীর
मान
ব্যাগ
लो
আরে আমার জন্য আরো সস্তা হবে কারণ আমার প্রাইম মেন্টাল আছে
Bit of a
অলরেডি
slower paced default. Of course,
अरे
maybe even expect
थोड़ा
it.
तो सस्ता है, तो रिवर ऑपरेटर
एक स्किन तो मैं भी डिजर्व करता हूँ
Although I will say at the moment, Autumn is
मान लो
walking
भाई।
Bobby James के पूरा
directly
bundle
into it.
আমাদের
Of
জন্য
course,
half bundle.
he's normally
Yes,
the lurk
let's
player,
go.
so this is kind of what you want from
Hey,
him.
headshot খেয়েছে headshot খেয়েছে
It's a good thing the wall was in the way there.
ভাই ও শুটিয়ে লাল করে দিয়েছে ভাই
জাম্পিং
ও মাই
এই আটটা মেরে দিয়েছি আটটা মেরে দিয়েছি
Finds himself one, does some damage, loses a Marshal.
तो heal
It is
করে
what
নেবে।
it is. If anything, confirmation for the rest of the squad that the seaside is the right way to go.
কে
The spike
কাকে
can make it
মারছে
there.
কিছু
He's
বুঝতে
been
পারছি না
sprinting
তো
ever since
আরে
he went down. It's
মারছে
just
এটাই
now
মেন
making it
ব্যাপার
towards
কে
the
কাকে
side.
মারছে
Deep
জানার
position
দরকার
for
নেই
Batman. This is
মজা
a
আরে
বুঝি
risk,
দেখ
but he should fly under the radar. You never really expect someone to be embedded in a round like this, and it means
Badman game sense guys
Also
let's
had
go
nothing to lose. I think that's
চুপচাপ
the best
বসে
thing about it.
কোম্পানির
He'll
নিচে
hit
লালনি
the
হয়ে
map,
যাচ্ছে
he's
yes
delayed them a little bit, and he can give the information
Red.
over. And he even threw down a deeper
Okay, so
smoke to go
red,
like, okay, yeah,
blue.
you need to play into this site from here. And instead, he's able to farm them up. 7-7, level once again. For GE, it's not the greatest of bonus rounds, but Patman getting that many additional kills means he can now
নীল
invest
রং
into
ছিল
a Vandal.
ভীষণ প্রিয়
They will, of course, be coming up against
ইস জ্যোতি
You take a
প্রিয়টা
look
নেই
at what
ভাই
GE have to work with for the next. I mean,
Seven,
the money is
Thala for a
stacked
reason.
very high
Yes.
after a light buy in the previous.
হরি হরি বেট
না।
বেট 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 হেভি বেট করলো ভাই হেভি বেট করলো ভাই
This one amounts to nothing.
XLG
Great
জিতবে লেটস
response
গো
from Leo. And XLG have the man advantage to work with. Good
BCD
stun,
Masters
but there's a
to
second
GE
layer to this
দিচ্ছে,
defense.
এটা
ওরে
কি
বাবা
করছিল?
Was standing by.
ফেসে গেল
And it's
গেল
completely
এক্সপেক্ট
caught
করেনি কি
Yutan off guard. Rarga with another, and the Molly buying more time, allowing them to break this wall. Or at least have
বাহ
it
বাহ
decently broken. Oh, this is a
শট
problem.
They've done so much damage though. Harvey
ও ভাই বোনাস
is desperately.
আরে হ্যাঁ মেরেছি
হয়ে গেছে ভাই কি বাজে
এবা গান তুলতে গেল কেন
And Harvey
কে
is
জানে
trying to run
ভাই
back
কিন্তু একটা
also.
জিনিস দেখ
I think
কাজের কাজ
realizing
হয়ে
that-
গেছে
Yeah,
ওদের
কেন
বোনাস ছিল
করলো এরা?
ঠিক আছে
pretty much anywhere on that side
ওদের
with an
বোনাস
immediate
ছিল
death sentence.
বোনাসে ওরা তিনটে গান ফেলে দিয়েছে
Hoping that-
খুব বেশি ওরা আরেকটা ফেলে দেবে ব্যাস
They
আর কিছু চায় না
ইমান কেন করলো 4 এইচপি তে
That's all he really has.
এখন প্ল্যান দিয়ে দিলেও পয়সা
They just
উসুল ভাই
wait and play this
আরে
together.
হ্যাঁ,
যাই হোক,
exactly, ভাই।
রাউন্ডটা তো জিতে হতো না
জিতে যেতো এখন যেহেতু
At
যেতে
some
নি
point,
এখন
he has
ওরম
the
ভাবে
plan.
ভাবতে হবে
And it even seems like they're beginning to make the rotation. Maybe he was hoping for a little bit earlier. They are very close by.
Yeah, the drone gets around in time, so they're not even worried about the gong. They know exactly where he is, and now, well, now it's exactly pinpoint with a reveal up top. They know he hasn't gone to mid. They got there in time to fill in that space. The dots connected. Javi is going to have a sensational performance, and he almost had
না না জানতো না জানতো
নিও
না
দেখে কি জানতো না ও তো ড্রোন করে তো ওই জায়গাতেই থাকবে না যে দেখলো তো
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
it's
bad
happening.
for a
Bonus
bonus
ছিল,
round,
ঠিক
but I
আছে
also
ভাই।
think it
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
really the weapons
হ্যাঁ,
they
এই
expected
জায়গাটা
to
কি
do the
সুন্দর
damage in
পিক
the
বার
bonus
করলো
round. Patman with one of the only rifles fighting alone, and then
এইখানে
Yutan
ভাই
doing the
দুর্দশা
same. It was
খেলেছে মেন
definitely a
থেকে
bit of a, I guess, disjointed,
point
more
to-
surprise factor style round out from GE.
আরে ওখানটায় উড়োটান ফেসে গেছিল মানে কি বলতো
কিন্তু গানটা
ভাই,
নেওয়ার দরকার
হলো।
ছিল না গানটা নিতে যাওয়ার দরকার ছিল না
এর হাত
হ্যাঁ।
ওঠাচ্ছে ভাই এর হাত ওঠাচ্ছে ছেলেটা ঠিক আছে ভাই শুটকি মাছ তুই ভাই ওঠাস না
Definitely still yet to see.
ব্যাটম্যান
সায়ন্তন
বসে গেলে না তো চাটনি হয়ে যাবে
হ্যাঁ সায়ন্তন বসে যাবে চাটনি বানিয়ে দেবে হ্যাঁ
ঠিক
With
কালকে
them being in the lead, I don't
কাল
think it
কাছে
matters
চাটনি
so
খাওয়াবি
with them being in the lead,
আরে
even
বাবা, কি
without
সুন্দর
seeing
করে
it
পিছিয়ে এলো,
exactly. Their chance for him to have his moment. Doesn't feel too far away.
লেটস গো জি লেটস
It's
গো
going to have to be great usage of this double sentinel comp while on the attack. It can be hard at times, but
সব
was certainly a
পাঠিয়ে দিল, সব
period
পাঠিয়ে
where
দিল।
the double sentinels looked better on the attack side
গো
and
গো
on
গো
the defense across a lot of the regions.
অটোমের গেম জানিস এটা অটোম
Whether they can make it work is a different story.
এই এই বেঁচে গেল ভাই
Autumn's going to be spotted outside of A. They have no
Look,
notion
awkward
of
angle
where
হয়ে
he's
গেছে।
gonna spot. That
ফাড়িয়ে
cage is going to go
দিয়েছে।
down very soon, and he could have himself a freebie.
এখান থেকে ড্রোন করা উচিত
Peeking.
জানিস
He's just
হ্যাঁ
holding the
ও
control.
ভাই क्या मुझे VCD खेलना
Oh,
ও বাপ রে
reaction
এটা
shot
কি
from
মারলো
ওটা হচ্ছে ইয়ে বেস
try and get an individual
ড্রোন
fight, and
বেট
Autumn's
জানে
GCI
কি ড্রোনটা ফাটাতে
we
আসবে
had our own
হ্যাঁ।
third person observer for that one.
আরে এটা আরেকটা কি একটা কোন একটা টিম করছিল দেখলাম
Even still though, they're walking into what is the Senti setup. The spike on that side and still spread across the map is the rest of GE. A chance to maybe try and respond over the top of this. Plant not coming in just
Yeah,
yet, but
Papre.
immediate double kills up for the global esports side. Raga's ult not likely to do too much in this moment as he was blocked out by all of the utility, and then he's caught back by Crystal anyway.
Very good guy. খুব ভালো রাউন্ড ভাই এটা, খুব সুন্দর খেললো রাউন্ড। Let's go.
And guess what? We're level again.
That was a really nice play by Crystal. He
decides
decides to play much further behind the pack, deeper into garage. And the response a lot of the time from that backside has been fires the paranoia. I think it catches him. But it doesn't catch Crystal. So once he goes to TP, the man in garage just clears sightlines on him, takes him down. And that avoided what could have been a really nice
Global ka map bhi ka 8-8 is not good guys.
Up on that plat. Instead 8-8.
हाँ ठीक ही है इसमें।
XLG
Global है peak बोले
force
किया
down
है।
the pistols. This should be global esports taking themselves the lead.
Yeah. Wow. That's going to help.
Alt mat khul dena
they've always been pretty good in these rounds.
Bhai
but
বিশ্বাস নেই ভাই,
you
হুটহাট
have
করে
that
alt খুলে
mid-trap
দেয়।
and lose a player so early on A.
Yeah.
There has to be that little itch scratching your brain that you need to rotate off of this mid control. But now though they are sticking around and there is potential for an isolated
ये लियो
fight.
के कोথায় मारलो? ए তে अच्छा।
Cage trigger.
The save round.
Because he does like, even in low buy,
Alt mar bhi na
he
please.
likes to make some audacious plays. But
Baba, he try hard korche re.
Oh no, they're running back.
Yeah, they've gone to the players on A.
Ebar
As
Chennai.
has been taken. The spike has to make it across already. One pickup for XLG. This early push getting them in a really nice position. Crystal's made it out.
Fatage but pistol di fatagota.
Just to contain. And a 4v3
Puro
from
pistol
this
khali hoye
spot
jabe.
doesn't look too bad for GE.
30 seconds
Got a
left.
bit scary and Argo will heal up a little
Morche
bit.
ki
Happy ways
kore.
managed to find one. Even damage here would be nice, but we're starting to see the step up of
Ee baba!
Autumn. Okay, Patman. Both of these players are in a bit of a shaky spot, but never mind. Autumn there to save the day.
Yeah,
After a
boys,
very
that's
slow
tough.
start to the game as well. He's now level.
ওদের সেভ রাউন্ডে
And
কতগুলো
GE
গান
find
ড্রপ
themselves
করালো।
back in the lead again.
ওদের বলছি পয়সা আছে চাপ নেই, পয়সা চাপ নেই, বাস
for
और পেয়ে গেল ওরা।
XLG. It was a solid start, as we said, with the 2-0 up on the pistol. But they took a while to get into that first half. 5-round streak for GE that they had to fight back through. Now, GE get another very successful early half. This time, the pistol added to the equation. And if this keeps on going, XLG are going to run out of time, out of runway very, very quickly. Calling for a timeout here. We're going to take a moment.
Well, you remember what happened in the last half. He took a timeout, they played one eco round, and then they won 5 rounds in a row. So
It's the eco. Yeah, you're right.
I would say Avoya's pause so far in this series have been pretty good. Obviously, it is only the first of the lot. And for the second, he kind of needs to have the same amount of impact, but this time it's going into a buy round. You've got the operator that will be coming up for No Man as well. You're going to have the rifles on the remainder. My one worry is, even though there's a Hunter's Fury on both sides, I'm looking at that deadlock ult. I feel like on attack especially, you can, even if you don't hit anyone, you can clear a ridiculous amount of angles with that ultimate. And especially if you are running like a, I don't know, a solo Cypher setup, which we have seen in quite a lot of rounds, double duelist aggress somewhere, solo Cypher. If that Cypher gets caught, you're almost screwed off rip.
Let's see if XLG have
Over there.
figured this one out here on the defense. Flash in the pan, winning the 3rd round, but that's how you expect that early half to
Enemy
go.
mark.
Anti-eco is all
এই স্ট্র্যাটেজি
immediate idea from Crystal.
Alt on पर ढुका।
হ্যাঁ পিছিয়ে যাবে সবাই মিলে।
Target selection here, it's going down below. That's a perfect hit. Rarga's going to be caught. Let's listen in.
ধরেও নিল না। একটাকে ধরেও নেয় ঠিক কায়দা করে।
এটা ওখান থেকে ও স্মোকে ঝাঁপ মারবে।
ওমেন টিপি
ওমেন টিপি থামবে।
Long and short plan. I can watch Heaven on camera, okay?
Heaven on camera. ও হয়ে গেছে।
I have CT also.
সেভ।
I have the stun.
সেভ জিতে গেছে।
Yeah, they save.
আগেই বুঝে গেছে দেখো সেভ। Don't pick.
This is kind of exactly what I was talking about.
Crystal একটা গান তুলতে পারে কিন্তু।
With that ultimate, they get into the spot. Now I will say this time they actually went into the heavier stack side.
G fighting, let's go!
Because 2 players were isolated out and it was only 1 player in, there was no chance for breaking that ult. I also there's one small detail that I really like from Crystal, and that is he did not buy a rifle this round. because I see so many players running in with that deadlock hole and they just get shot in the face. And so
deadlock strategy to idhar ke liye
he goes,
dekhi
I know I'm going to do that. I know I'm going to run straight in.
না অনেক কড়া অনেক জনই করে
And then if I get a gun,
Heaven
I can take his gun. It's given them a little economic boost. It's given them an opener. And what they're going to do is take the guns away in there.
Off gira diya. Nice.
He's going to manage to take down No Man.
ठीक है चल जाएगा
It's funny saying the guys in the middle
Hey,
of
they
the
got
board
poisa
right
ache
now,
na.
Crystal, but his impact in every map is tangible, and then sometimes he just pops up with like a close to a 30 bomb. Like, this is such a valuable player to have. Thinking back to yesterday, it was the
Guys, जिन्होंने अभी तक like नहीं किया है, like कर दो guys थोड़ा सा.
He managed to flank like
थोड़ा सा
4
double
players in
digit
1
करा दो
round.
भाई.
This guy has been a menace.
थोड़ा सा लाइक नहीं की
थोड़ा सा लाइक कर दो, थोड़ा सा 5 लाइक हो चुका है, हाफ हो चुका है और हाफ कर दो बस, काम खत्म, पैसा हजम.
When he was on XLG, of course.
अरे
सर অনেক নাচছিল ওকে সিট ডাউন করে দিয়েছে
वही तो मैं बोल रहा
it goes
था.
down to 1.
बिठाओ उसको, बिठाओ.
To make a choice between him
हमें
and
लाइक
Raga.
करते भूले गए वाओ.
They chose Raga.
Congratulations.
There is imposter.
Let like very good.
Yeah. এই আমাদের সৌরভ ঘোষ এসেছে.
সৌরভ ঘোষ.
Pressure here, but
G fighting.
One of the two
Sort of
rifles
goes.
for XLG, but they pushed him
आगे
off
से
the
सवाल की
site.
घोष कर
They'll
दो
be
भाई
ready for
रास्ते
the retake.
जागे बच्चे घोष भाई.
Although sporting a few scars from that earlier battle.
घोष
Super Wonder.
Super Wonder.
Here we go.
No, what are the ठीक है expected.
Flanked to the attempt as well by No Man. Updraft used already to get
Hey.
over the trip. This is dangerous. Everybody from G is
Baba.
focused on the site. They have no idea that No Man's here. He updrafted just as they stepped out of range. But now there's a smoke down on long. He can't fight through that. And so the fight on backside is... It's completely easy for GE. Everything going their way until it's down to just No Man.
By Crystal, OP भाई. So my God, let's go.
কিন্তু মুশকিল হচ্ছে কি এদের কাছে কিন্তু আইডিয়াই ছিল না কি এমন দিকে আসছে.
If I saw that across the stage, I'd be so mad. I do like the adaptation from G. I think they started to realize.
মিস করলো ভাই ওম্যান নো ম্যান
भाई माथा उठे.
हेलो
Thank you for that replay.
भाई
I was
साहब
having a great time and
गोटे मुंह में आ गए. सौरभेर
11 to 8.
सौरभ के गोटे मुंह में घूम रहे हैं.
Side has
कैसा टेस्ट लगा आपको ब्रो?
started to run away like the first time. It hasn't stopped. That's the difference. Being their map choice, expectation was
Guys,
that
5 people are watching. Those who are
go in the
new,
direction of GE.
just joined.
Didn't look
Make sure you like, stream.
Raga's gonna
এটা যদি ইয়ে জিতে যায় কি নাম বেসে জি জিতে যায় ওদের বাই একদম জিজি হয়ে যাবে. এই বাপ রে বাপ মুখে ঢুকে যাচ্ছে ভাই.
GE find themselves a man down, facing into the operator. It's only going to get worse, and now Blade Storm's activated. No Man is not losing this round. Not if he has anything to say about it. Leo, it's easy, as can be. 37 health on Javi.
Krishna.
Managed to avoid the spray from Leo, but the
Krishna,
shot from No Man's a
expected
different
egulo.
story. 11 for GE, but now 9
Like
for XLG. The gap
Guys,
is
7 likes
closing
done,
slowly.
3 more to go.
Not
Let's
too
go.
far behind and a faster pace attempt in that round initially from G. It felt like when that didn't go to plan, the backup plan was just to try and
Okay,
retreat
मान
back
लो कि
into
गोरे
the
रे,
B side,
उड़ो के?
and it looked like XLG from start to finish were well aware, especially after the run it back. Even if you get caught, you
No
cleared
Man
out
ने
a
no
lot of that
man कर
space.
दिया. XLG, let's go.
The operator of No Man finally able to find a couple of targets as well. And again, we're going to see that pressure put towards C from them. They're going to know early that it isn't this side of the map. It's just how
Autumn ने
early
shot that
the
है.
G decide to go the other way. Or are they going to walk back into this operator?
Right here. Thankfully, I don't think anyone's rounding that corner before the drone clears it. And the op shot fired gives the game away. 2 players spotted. XLG know. Actually, 3. They know that Sova was close as well, but they're not ready.
Nice one. Batman और बीते मेरे दीजिए.
I'm so
solo 1v1 मेरे से
much information. They saw him step
আবার
forward.
আবার ব্যাটম্যান কি ওখানে দাঁড়িয়ে থাকবে?
Later, they're blindsided by a man that told them he was coming. Good stun too. Lysor dodges it, and well, there was no follow-up.
All good, right?
What the idea was there, but Well, styling on him hasn't worked
অ্যাটাক
out.
সাইডেড
The
ম্যাপ
flank
আছে
has,
এটা জিতলে নেক্সট ম্যাপ জিপি আর এটাই জিপি নেক্সট ম্যাপ লোটাস ওটা এক্সএলজিপি
It's mental that he just went, all right, I'm just going to win this round.
এই সাইফার কে মেরে ট্রিপ ফাটাচ্ছে কেন
That is I completely agree. A crazy repeat to go for.
That is literally a man who doesn't give a damn. Like that is what I've just witnessed. Well, you know, he's having a good laugh
enjoying,
about
bro.
it
He's enjoying.
He has just won them the round. That's got to be infuriating.
Bhai finish karo yaar, map finish karo guys.
You have the right setup to stop him, and you just get wrecked.
Oh, there's no
Messi
table
Messi
strong
टेने दिला
enough to
मुश्किल
survive the bash that it's
कौन किसा भाई जाए
थोड़ा
XLG.
अरे गन दिख रहा
ए घंटा देगा लो
He's been sold down the river, and that's at least going to be the man advantage for XLG in a crucial round.
कोई नहीं है
Ult used by GE.
नहीं फूटा नहीं फूटा
But XLG are waiting as well. They still have a camera for when they go for the retake. What they won't have is Rarga.
Eventually. P-Way is not in a bad position, but it definitely seems like they know there could be a player here. Even still, though, Leo's done well. Trade back as well, putting it into a more advantageous position. A singular kill will get Harvey his ult, but they are being flanked again.
Expected, Mali, guys.
Of course, all of that side utility is gone. So is Yudotan as well. Harvey needs a clutch for the age.
Okay.
He's already managed to. He's being revealed and flanked, but the fight in front's a little bit ahead. Also
अरे भाई जानतो ना पिछने आचे nice try
shouldn't have even been close.
इधर इकोनॉमी डैमेज कर दीजिए गाइस শুধু এর কাছে গান আছে বাকিদের কাছে কিছু নেই
তাও ওর কাছে জিরো ক্রেডিটস এর গান ওটা এই গানটা দেখা যাচ্ছিল
দেখা গেল ভাই আনলাকি ভাই এটা
Happyway so smart to just tuck in. Here's some utility being placed, but doesn't jump the gun, waits for his teammate to take a fight, and then he's there to catch the player.
बच गया भाई এটা জাভির মা ভাই ওর জাভি ওর মধ্যে দেখতে পুরো মার মতো
The change in emotion.
ও আচ্ছা আগের রাউন্ডটা আরে ফোর্স বাই করছে না আগের রাউন্ডটা ইয়ে ছিল হালকা সেফ ছিল
This half especially has felt very good.
Look at the outlaw buy from Uniton. It's nasty. He's just been wall banged through that wall on long down to 55, but he's going to be able to one-shot hit anybody except for Lysor.
In Happyway.
One shot hit anybody except Lysor 50 wala shield
I
ache
guess clearly the credits on the other side of it have really been brought low just by the amount of damage that was done by Harvey in the last round.
Okay.
Even still though, G set up with multiple ultimates, but they're just waiting. Especially with this double duelist, you expect aggression. You expect someone eventually to have to go looking for information. Oh, there it was. They didn't quite manage to catch the kill.
Timing, bhai.
It's only a matter of time before someone faces Yudotan.
Timing ho jabe.
The spike making it back to the seaside. Here comes the peak off the back of the Hunter's Fury. They're trying to force players out of position, and they've done that. But Crystal was the one to fall. A nice shot by No Man, and that's immediately got G to cancel this push and look elsewhere. But meeting up with Autumn might not be the play. Well, that's an awkward reveal. They're not fully pushed up short. That's good information from Leo to have, I suppose.
20 seconds left. Ticking down Braga in position, but he's lost his
ये
teammate.
पैटर्न ढुके गए थे
Remaining on this side, but he gets support from above.
उन्होंने लॉसर छिलो
Shutting it down at least for now. 10 seconds.
Time नहीं.
Of G to get in, and they find both kills. No Man, he maybe just needs to survive. In fact, he
nice. Let's go, bhai. Let's go.
Let's go.
Bad choice. Just about go in with a lead.
W.
13 to 10. Well, it was
no way. Yes, there it is. The boy. Let's go. ভাই কি মারলো ভাই
ভাই ওটা নালে কিন্তু ভাই বেরিয়ে গেছিল
আমি তাহলে ও পালাচ্ছে ও দেখছে টাইম নেই ও বলছে প্লে ফর টাইম ও পালাচ্ছে পাক্কা ভাই এটা কত স্পিডে বেরিয়ে গেল
হ্যাঁ ওদের সুসু পেয়েছে না
लेट्स गो ठीक है अभी होगा गेस द
गेस द सोडा गेस करो भाई
सोडा गेस करो
आई वाउच फॉर सोडा
সবাই গেস করো গাইস
জানি কেউ পারলে শুধু সোডা পড়বে
यस गेस करना गाइस, एक सेकंड रुको थोड़ा सा। अरे इसको मिनिमाइज हो गया है, एक सेकंड।
শুধু র্যান্ডম ভেরিয়েবল পড়বে।
गेस द रैंक, यस। एक सेकंड गाइस, चलो सब मिलके गेस करते हैं। ओके, इज इट विजिबल? लेट्स गो, लेट्स गो। शांतन, यू देयर? हेलो हेलो।
শান্তন মুভি খেতে গেছে।
শান্তন অন্য কিছু খাচ্ছে। ইয়ে, লেটস গো। চলো ফার্স্ট লেটস সি। দিস ইজ a clip of Sova. Okay, Sova Ascent map.
오른쪽 체크
팬텀이야?
해주지 들어가면서. 이거 Z
어리
빼고.
부스리에.
ओके,
কি করতে চাইছি?
एम तो ठीक है। एम इज गुड।
ভালোই না, এম
एम
কি
इज
করে
गुड
একটু পেয়ে গেলি?
गाइस, लाइक कर देना गाइस। 3 more likes to go. Okay. Okay, last player.
আস করবে, আস।
시장이었어 시장.
अरे 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 अरे, প্রচুর সেন্সি ভাই এর। নাইস এম,
নাইস শট।
নাইস এম।
হ্যাঁ,
দুটো দুটো গুলি। আরে বাপ রে, হেডকে। আরে বাপ।
ভাই এই যদি ডায়মন্ড না হয় তাহলে আর কিছু বলার নেই।
হ্যাঁ,
প্ল্যাট বা ডায়মন্ড হবে।
ए रेडिएंट। आप लोग को क्या लगता है बताइए?
सोडा बस बोल बताए।
आप लोग को क्या लगता है गाइस? मेरे को तो भाई रेडिएंट।
আমি বলছি প্ল্যাট, প্ল্যাট কি ডায়মন্ড।
ओके, एक जन ने प्लेट बुलाया, एक जन ने डायमंड बुलाया, एक जन ने सिल्वर 3। टीममेट गुलोर गेम सेंस नहीं। ओके, he got reason as well, and I am saying radiant. Okay, let's vote.
রেডিয়েন্ট তো নয় ভাই, রেডিয়েন্ট নয়।
Submit. Correct answer is immortal. Ooh, भाई मैं so close, so close. और सिल्वर 3 तुम खुद जिस रैंक के हो दूसरों को मत समझो ऐसे, ठीक है?
এই বেশি কথা নয়, ও হচ্ছে ব্রোঞ্জের।
और इज्जत मत उतारो तेरी। नेक्स्ट राउंड। ओके, स्पेक्टर गेम प्ले। ओके, लेट्स गो। वेरी गुड।
সাউন্ড অফ করা আছে নাকি?
না না আছে।
ও আচ্ছা, আমি মিউট করে রেখেছি, বাই বাই।
वेरी गुड। ओके, अंडा पुश। आइडिया ही नहीं जेटर की होती।
বট ফাটাতেই রয়ে গেল।
হ্যাঁ, सिल्वर। अरे पुराना प्लेयर। ओके 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 ओके, रुको। ये वाला जो नाइफ है, दिस नाइफ, दिस इज ओजी नाइफ। यू गाइस इफ यू नो दिस नाइफ। प्ले
তোর কাছে আছে, ওটা কর না। হ্যাঁ,
यस, दिस नाइफ लास्ट में जो देखा, दिस नाइफ इज Ten's first knife when he won his first masters. So guys, guess.
गोल्ड गोल्ड गोल्ड।
मेरे को तो सिल्वर लग रहा है ये। What you guys guess? Which rank?
गोल्ड 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 गोल्ड।
This player professional gold. हावेरू भैया भी बोल रहे हैं G2. Okay. Any guesses guys?
বলছে জি2 প্লেয়ার।
G2
रैंडम
player?
वेरिएबल কি বলছে?
रैंडम वेरिएबल आपका क्या कहना है? कह दो ना। अरे मैडम, आप तो हर एक चीज में डायमंड बोल रही हो। डायमंड तो मैं हूँ, इससे बहुत अच्छा खेलता हूँ।
रैंडम वेरिएबल,
रैंडम वेरिएबल एफके।
এফকে গেছে।
एफके हो
আমাদের
गया।
আমাদের এসসি1 কোথায় গেছে?
एफके। আমি सब समय डायमंड बोलबो। ओके, वो मेरा रैंक है ना, इसलिए समझ सकता हूँ।
गोल्ड गोल्ड गोल्ड।
ओके ठीक है, आपने गोल्ड बोला, यहाँ पे गोल्ड डायमंड, मैं सिल्वर बोल रहा हूँ। लेट्स गो, सबमिट। ओके
आई वाज क्लोज।
ओके, ओके बोथ यू आर क्लोज डायमंड वाला भी क्लोज है गोल्ड वाला भी क्लोज है ओके अच्छा इसने गोल्ड वाला था ओके 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 लेट्स गो वेरी गुड
किसने गोल्ड बोला था
हावेरू ने बोला गोल्ड यस
Happy
यस
to
आई
बोले
ओन
G2.
यस यस G2 गुड তুই ব্রোঞ্জ আমি ডায়মন্ড নমস্কার वाओ नेक्स्ट राउंड स्टार्ट तो
वो
नहीं
गार्बेज वो डायमंड है गार्बेज
আরে 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 কি হাসলো এটাই লেটস গো বাবা স্ট্রেচে খেলছে না স্ট্রেচ না বক্সে খেলছে বক্স ওকে শান্তনু মতো না मेरे ऐसा एम है मेरे ऐसा एम है
भाई দুটো কে মেরে দিছিস নাকি
না একটাকে মেরেছে স্টিল গুড এম आई थिंक প্ল্যাট या फिर डायमंड
হ্যাঁ প্ল্যাট ডায়মন্ড কিছু
প্ল্যাট ডায়মন্ড
এটলিস্ট গোল্ড তো নিচে একদমই নয় প্ল্যাট ডায়মন্ড
তোর র্যাঙ্ক লিখেছে দেখ উপাসনা চ্যাটে
লিখেছে আরে ও নিজে কথা বলছে ওখানে আমি ওকে বললাম না ও গার্বেজ র্যাঙ্ক তা বলছে না না ও পটি র্যাঙ্ক
ওকে
সিলভার 3 টিমমেট গুলোর জিএম সেন্স নেই এই আবার এটা কেন লিখছে
ए कॉपी पेस्ट तेरी कॉपी पेस्ट करता है
তো আটকে গেছে ওখানে লুপ पे চলে গেছে
डायमंड एक बार डायमंड ड्रिंक ठीक है ऐसे मैं बोलता हूँ डायमंड आई आल्सो
আমি
डायमंड
বলছি হ্যাঁ প্ল্যাট
प्लैट ना डायमंड
আমি প্ল্যাট বলছি
प्लैट ठीक है मैं डायमंड हावरू भैया भी डायमंड उपासना डायमंड सौरभ घोष सिल्वर 3 ओके सबमिट अरे हे हैकर
সৌরভ দেখে এসেছে ভাই
সৌরভ এই দেখা যায় না ভাই র‍্যান্ডম আছে এটা
সৌরভ চিটিং করেছে ভাই আমি বলছি
চিটিং ভাই ভাই সিলভার 3 কি করে হোয়াট সিলভার 3 এত ভালো এম
আর সবগুলো হেড ঠেকিয়েছে ভাই
সব হেড লাগিয়েছে ভাই मुझे आई एम बैक आज क्या हुआ प्ले अगेन स्टार्ट तो नहीं हुआ नहीं स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ मैडम जी लोग ज्ञान दे रही हैं तब तक मैं यहाँ पे केस द रैंक कर लेता हूँ लेट्स गो ओके साइफर रैंक ओजी वैंडल डॉज हो नहीं पा रहा है कोशिश पूरी कर रहे हैं नाइस एम
ভাই প্ল্যাট কি ডায়মন্ড এগুলো যদি সিলভার বলে আমি মানবোই না ভাই
হচ্ছে
দিস ইজ কনফিউজিং আই তো চলে
SC1 এসে গেছে এবার SC1 দেখবি প্রেডিকশন করবে দেখ
रैंडम वेरिएबल डायमंड 2
আমি বলছি প্ল্যাট 3 प्लैट
अरे
डायमंड 2 নয় তো দরকার নেই
গোল্ড
रैंक बोलो वही हो जाएगा
আমি বলছি প্ল্যাট
गोल्ड
ओके मी डायमंड ओके प्लैटिनम गोल्ड डायमंड ओके सब कुछ हो चुका है मैं भी डायमंड बोलूंगा इसमें ओके
দেখ প্ল্যাটিনাম বলে দিয়েছে
सबमिट
কথা বল
लेट्स गो
खेलो ही नहीं गेम भाई
ये होता है गेस लेट्स गो यस
উপাসনা একটাই বললো ডায়মন্ড ছাড়া প্ল্যাটিনাম
ওটাই ডায়মন্ড হয়ে গেল
ये भी बढ़िया था भाई
चलो ये वाला देखते हैं ओमेन लेके खेल रहा है पर्ल मैप गन का स्किन नहीं है ओके ठीक है
तो আমার মতন হাল ভাই ব্রোঞ্জের প্লেয়ার ভাই
ascendant
Utara matre
Mano, vai disputar esse mata mais fácil, velho.
ये तो 1v1 और 3
Pô, de spot aí.
Confio aí, irmão.
नीचे आवाज
Bicho, vai ficar aí.
ओके
Foda-se.
अरे
ए भाई আমার মতন একদম আমার মতন খেলছে না
আরে এটা কি व्हाट इज ये क्या अरे भाई 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 लास्ट में ये क्या दिखा दिया
और थोड़ा বলছে প্লাস্টিক আমিও বলছি ভাই এটা ব্রোঞ্জ বা আয়রন না এটা এত বাজে খেলছে তো পাক্কা ভালো প্লেয়ার
ভালো
মানে এটা
প্লেয়ার
হচ্ছে প্লেয়ার
অ্যাসেন্ডেন্ট
डायमंड বা অ্যাসেন্ডেंट
ফার্স্ট আমি বলেই দিয়েছি অ্যাসেন্ডেন্ট
मैं भी असेंडेंट ही जा रहा हूँ
অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট
পুরো আকাশের মতন
দেখ বলবে সিলভার দেখ
না না এই তো সোর্ট অফ খেলে এরকম
ব্রোঞ্জ
সিলভার
ব্রোঞ্জ অ্যাসেন্ডেন্ট আকাশের মতন প্লাস্টিক আর এখানে অ্যাসেন্ডেন্ট
কেঞ্জি শ্যাওলা
আর কিছু কাঠ
প্লাস্টিক
কয়লা লেটস গো গাইস লেটস গো সাবমিট ডায়মন্ড ওকে এই জবের থেকেও ডায়মন্ড ছেড়ে বলা শুরু করেছি সব ডায়মন্ড লেটস গো ভাই ব্রোঞ্জ দেখেছিস 25% 24% সিলেক্টেড
रेडियंट 3%।
एक सेकंड थोड़ा रिफ्रेश कर लेता हूँ। स्टार्ट हो गया
Start हो गया. The comp that they were running. And I've learned in life trying to copy PaperX is a gamble and a half. We'll see if it works out for them.
Let's go. अरे कोई बात नहीं मैडम हो जाता है के जीत पे फर्स्ट राउंड जल्दी अरे हां तुल जी लेट्स गो
बड़ा Esports
जीते हैं राउंड ना पूरा मैप ही जीत गए 2-0 वाइट वॉश
but that net could be huge. They've got so many XLG walk out of here with a lot of kills and in fact they very much do a 1-0 start for the defensive side.
Oops
কি বলেছিলাম আমি
सब इसके लिए होता है
না আমি কি বলেছিলাম যে পিস্তল রাউন্ড জিতে প্রথমটা
Yeah, for sure. Like you go back to
second map jitena
playing against NRG and regionally once they started playing
so technically
I think it was 3 different appearances.
So basically
they lost
technically
total.
So basically
I think it was a 13-2, a 13-0, a 13-7. So this is a composition that teams in China at least will have been trying to beat and failing. And sure, GE obviously will have come in and they know their scrim partner, they know the comp, they know what's coming.
Quack.
मजा आया
necessarily mean that they're going to have the ability to beat it.
ए ग्लोबल কখনো ये না না ওই বাপ রে মুভ पे গ্লোবাল কে কখনো আমি লোটাস খেলতে দেখিনি আমি
means that I'd say at least on the A side there's some vulnerabilities in this weapons range.
খেলেছে ওটা লোটাস
the map on B and C you can get a lot of close angles and of course in this round they're not up against much.
Well, yeah, those Spectres are going to shred anybody.
Urodan is entering.
As long as they can get those first shots off. Nice paranoia. There's not going to be much a chance for Yutan to even make it out alive. That said, he survives a little longer, gets traded out on.
उठा के मार दी.
A few more. That looks questionable. Okay, Javi's done well. Oh, Javi's done very well. He was caught there by the net, and Crystal now has a chance. Still just a classic to work with, and Nomad will get him in the end. But you know, Tom, when you come in,
ওদের ইকোনমি ডাউন করে দিচ্ছে মানে
you don't want to be getting out with just two.
Yeah, no, you kind of expect that to
come
home as a relatively clean round when
Byron
had nothing to play with. But it was just Harvey at the back of the site that made that one incredibly costly. It means there's not going to be a lot to play with.
Razer স্যাসেলের জন্য দেখলি ইয়ে দিয়েছে কোথায়
The bounds of utility.
একটা উপরে একটা বসিয়ে রেখেছে
হ্যাঁ ওইসব আমি দিলে এখন আমি গাল খেয়ে মরে যাব
This map something that does excite me is seeing back on the duelist. I think over the last couple of days that has
welcome
been
to the stream bhau welcome lal
shines.
আরে বাবা লালটা জি নাকি নীলটা জি এখন লালটা জি আবার হাফ রাউন্ডের পরে গ্রিনটা জি হয়ে যাবে সো কারেন্টলি রেড অ্যাটাকিং টিম ইজ জি जी कितना स्कोर हुआ जी तो फिलहाल अभी एक मैप जीता है 1-0 चल रहा है ये राउंड ये मैप XLG का पिक है
and a lot of utilities
लाल जर्सी किंतु yes लाल जर्सी लाल जर्सी
so really
लाल আছে না
আইডি দে all we have to worry about is Leo taking a fight
শান্তনু আমার ট্রাই হার্ড করছে অন্য জন আইডি নিয়ে ভ্যালোরেন্টে समझ रहे हो guys
of course they are first around the corner nicely done and now planting the 3v1
ये ऑटम जेट খেলছে
হ্যাঁ অটম জেট খেলে তো
what
অটম জেট ভালো খেলে অটম জেট ভালো খেলে
क्या बात कर रहा है?
Trajectory, they're going to get
क्या
the
बात कर रहे
information
हो?
very early.
আগের দিন একটু মানে বকচুদি হয়ে গেছিল কি প্যাটম্যান ভেলে নিয়ে নিয়েছিল
Immediately.
নালে অটম জেট খুব ভালো খেলে
Just look at Crystal. He's already walked all
समझ
the way
गया
back
very
around.
good very good.
And is just watching in case he comes back through B. The rest of the players can just hold on to the cross. It becomes incredibly difficult. Now, the one good thing for Happy Bay is he's found a rifle.
अच्छा इधर बाई राउंड छिलो.
Has enough to buy into the next round, but also he can start to question, do I just want to hold on to this gun instead?
परिवार को पता है.
Well, exits would be very valuable for him.
Sorry.
Stepping into
Crystal
Crystal's
bhai
angle
is
has
feeling.
one
Hey, এটা
outcome
কি হচ্ছে
and one
ব্যাপারটা?
outcome only. 2-1. And look, again, this is the early half we
আমি
expect.
সাউন্ড
You
আগে
win the
পাচ্ছি
pistol, you win the follow-up and
আমাকে
and
দেখাচ্ছে
now you
পরে
come into this, the bonus, and lose it.
Leave করে
It all goes as expected. When we talk about the defensive side for XLG, we know that in buy rounds, when the footing is even, they have a very good chance after what we saw up against NRG.
की मार्च भाई की मार रहा है. Wow, very good.
অ্যাটাকিং ম্যাপ তো 7-5 হতে হবে
6-7 from taking space, but with a dash online, Autumn can still make it across. In fact, the blast pack's got Udaton there. The TP got Pac-Man, and they are committed to this fight on GE's side. There's than they might expect here, though.
This is the benefit of this comp, and already
Udaton
walking into angles, managed to find a couple. In fact, that's his third of the round already.
नाइस वन
Raga
भाई का आया फोन
enemies had a chance.
এই কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে স্পাইকটা এখন আগে যে
They're almost just trying to bait.
ওই দেখ
They're
পিছন
making
দিক দিয়ে
sounds
আসছে
while not giving
ক্রিস্টাল
anything away, like maybe trying to
পিছন ধাপ্পা ইমা
looking at well, Crystal maybe just to
কিন্তু ওটা নিয়ে নিয়েছে ততক্ষণে
but they can now
Okay,
just
ধাপ্পা দিয়ে
rotate
ভয়
back in
পাই
the other
দিয়েছে.
direction.
Orb
Raga
নেবে.
given slightly more of an opportunity. Actually, that's Rez.
ওকে
Yeah,
রেস
but look
করবে
who's waiting around. Crystal hasn't fled the
কিন্তু
scene.
ভাই
He's still waiting on the A
এই
side.
দেখ রেস দিতে যাচ্ছিল
He'll find himself to close to the round, the second for GE.
Let's
and
go,
the
let's
lead
go.
no longer in XLG's hands.
Solid round from Udaton. Oh yeah. Isolation. Some of that individual brilliance that we saw, especially in the series versus
individual brilliance, you know.
Leviathan. And they will now equal. That is an early pause. Lose 2 rounds and immediately going to be seeing a pause called by XLG. That is definitely a surprise. Of course, we know that this defense can be their coin-based win condition. Needing.
Okay. फिर PRX के साथ मैच नहीं हो जाए प्लीज अगर आज जीत लेंगे.
The one thing I do like about this composition in terms of
तुम चुप रहोगे
against XLG.
Moral
that
support,
elevation that you can take.
तुम
Like
चुप
even if you go
रहोगे.
towards the seaside and maybe you have the sage wall, you have a lot of stuff blocking you. 3 of the players can get through in some manner. 2 a little bit more easier
দেখ
than the
ভাই
rest.
জি
And I
হচ্ছে
think that's why this kind of works. Because you are basically going,
VCT
what is the
Masters
crux of this
জিতছে ঠিক
composition
আছে
that is irritating? It's the fact that we can't take space.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go into agents that can take that space at a risk, at a pretty big risk at times. But if you believe that you can win those individual fights, which I think if you look at Udaton, the way he played that round, he definitely believes he can. This now becomes a bit of a counter to what they're throwing out, and maybe that's enough. But avoid to go, okay, we need to change something now, otherwise if this happens 3 or 4 more rounds, we're already in a bad spot.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. Seeing that pause out early is unusual. You won't see it a lot. Usually it means the game plan from top to bottom is not working.
I'm back.
Let's go.
Needs to change.
ও আচ্ছা এখনো কি ওরা কি টাইম আউট নিয়ে ছিল
Adjustments made, hopefully, but
अब अच्छे टाइम में गए थे वापस आ गए.
at least the majority of the time
auto
that we
miss
see
করলো.
found
ওটা মিস করে দিল রে
টাইমিং
of their labor.
টাইমিং এর একটু
GF full rifles.
এই ক্রসেটটা দেখ
XLG ওই প্লেটটা ফেটটা মুততে গেছিল আসলো সেই টাইমে
মার খাবে
মানে YBR এ একসাথেই গেছে মুততে
হ্যাঁ ওয়ারটা ধরে দিচ্ছিল
couple of pistols.
सच निकल गया.
No shields across the
হ্যাঁ
board.
कैंची বানাচ্ছিল कैंची
Very dangerous.
Shit.
But I like what XLG is doing, sitting back and setting
अरे
up,
माने
waiting for GE to step
अरे
into
माने sword fight you know
Seekers are going to
কি
go out.
বলছি আমি এটা হ্যালো
বাপ রে
ক্রিস্টালটা কি মারলো ওটা না দেখ লোকে
ক্রিস্টালটা অটম ভাব
আর চুলা কি করে স্কাই
মেরে দিয়েছে
স্কাই রাল করে আসলো
Cycle them a little bit. Having all 5 online is almost a waste at
কি
times.
হচ্ছে কেন
And
হচ্ছে
if it makes a round like this cleaner,
ये
helps you
बाकी
build
देख
those
के मेरे को
credits up.
हंसी क्यों आ रहा है.
That holds a lot more value for the side of global esports than just having all of those ults for the next round.
Yeah, as much as you'd love to have Seekers to go into a site with the Showstopper, you also have the Skydog. Should help out.
Automi মেরে যাচ্ছে ভাই।
Just to find that information to point
Automi
the
মারছে
rocket in
না?
the right direction. Lysort
না না হাবি
is
মারছে
alive,
না।
and look, if they didn't already hear the bookie firing
ঢুকবেই না ও জানে ওর কাছে
ব্যাপারটা
সাথে
হচ্ছে
মেরেছে।
না না ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে কি বলতো ইয়েটাকে হচ্ছে নার্ভ করে দিয়েছে পুরো বাকিটাও তো একদম ভালো করে একদম হ্যাঁ ভালো করেছে সেটা এগ্রি
আরে বসে থাকতো বহুত ইরিটেটিং
বসে থাকতো নয় একটা নিয়ন বলে একটা এজেন্ট ছিল হ্যাঁ নিয়ন বলে একটা এজেন্ট ছিল আমরা দৌড়ে দৌড়ে বাকি চালাতো পয়সাটাও কম লাগতো আর হ্যাঁ ভাই কি তুই দেখতিস লিটারালি এরকম হচ্ছে এত পয়সা ওর কাছে ও পুরো টিমকে বাই দিয়ে দিচ্ছে কেন কি করছে বাকি কিনছে আর দৌড়াচ্ছে
by GE, but this really is looking like a swing round.
দৌড়ানোর জন্যই ম্যাচ
জিতেছে almost online for both sides, but 4 already on the XLG side. Buy back up after the pause, which was where we saw the turnaround in the first half.
EME তিনটে টিম ইয়েতে গেছে না মানে কোয়ালিফাই করেছে প্লে-অফে ওদের মানে EME এর अगेंस्ट-এ ওরা কমপ্লেইন করেছে অনেকগুলো টিম
কেন
আরে EME তে কমপ্লেইন এটা হয়েছে কি অনেকগুলো EME এর টিম আছে যেরকম BBL আছে তারপর আরো দুটো তিনটে এরকম টিম আছে তারা কি করছিল কি ল্যানে খেলতে খেলতে তোর কি রে ভাই আচ্ছা গুড পিক হ্যাঁ খেলতে খেলতে নাকি ওরা মনিটরটাকে একদম সামনে রাখে না অপোনেন্টের মনিটরে দেখে নিচ্ছিল কি মানে কোনো মাউস মুভমেন্ট করছে কিনা বা কিবোর্ড মুভমেন্ট করছে কিনা
মাউস স্টপ করে রেখেছে ডিফিউজ করার
মানে
is that while they're creeping up here it seemed for a moment like XLG had a
tell
perfect
this
read. They
someday
haven't sent no man
somewhere
at least
ডাম্বি যে নিয়ন খেলছিল সালা খেলছিল না এখন আর খেলছে না এখন ওর শেষ হয়ে
কি বলছে ওখানে
that showstopper blinded up initially, but it hasn't slowed.
এই লাগলো না কি করে
He might not get it with the showstopper, but he has found it elsewhere. Raga's done well. Rez, of course, available, but getting in for it is not going to be possible. And just to make sure that space is confirmed, we are going to see
Crystal.
And actually just an aggressive peek out from Crystal. One player caught.
You will not kill my
Rez used. And that puts the favor back for the defenders. Oh, the stun actually caught him. For a trade out. And now No Man brings it back into a 1v1. But I don't know if he's ever seen
কিছু একটা হচ্ছে ভাই এই রাউন্ডটাতে
He almost walked past it just moments ago. The spike not planted for him, and that's why he doesn't check that way. It is a back and forth of shots and so much more. But it's GE still to come out on top.
Yeah, that's a really big blow to XLG. GE now sitting with a ton of credits. Outside of that, they've got the Blade Storm on Autumn, who I think is going to come in here with an Outlaw, and XLG put all their credits into that last one. They put ultimates into that last one. And even No Man showing up in a big way was not enough. XLG changed nothing.
This is not good.
সোডাকে ভুল করে টাইম আউট দিয়ে দিয়েছিলাম
Great net from No Man. I mean, they really didn't see that one coming. But for GE, this is their opportunity to push up to 5. And if it's clean, to build up an even bigger buffer of credits. XLG, it's sad, but in this round, they almost need to do damage.
The other side of the coin is some of those that were expended in the last
সোডা বাসেও তো একটা এমন একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট দিয়ে যেটাতে ইয়ে করা নেই
দরকার ভাই না হেল না
তো সব মেসেজ ডিলিট হয়ে গেল ভাই চ্যাট থেকে
on the defensive side and you can't help
না হাইড হয়েছে
back দৌড়ে shot on the stunned up player made all the difference in the
ডিলিট হয়ে গেছে
Harvey somehow able to save himself
হাইড হয়ে আছে
ওই মেসেজগুলো আসবে না ওকে মেসেজ করলে তখন না দেখাবে
they know how important this is of course a team that
আরে
শুরু থেকে যা চ্যাট ছিল পুরো ক্লিন
লিস্ট আছে ইউরোর এমবি ভাই টিপি করেও মারতে পাইনি ও ঘুরে
Pacific now they are a map away
আরে না আমি ইয়ে করছিলাম তোর এটা শোনাচ্ছিলাম
well aware
কিছু বলার নেই একটু হাগু টিম আছে তখন হাগু এখনো হাগু জীবন
I'm not sure
ये तो सच
going for the TP plays last map. This time
और तो भी like ये कैसे
আমি বুঝি না আমাদের টিমে হাগু আছে অপোনেন্ট টিমে সব টেন্স প্লেয়ার আছে কি কেন
Hopefully we don't see that backfire a little
कौन
bit
सा
later.
महारथी भाई
They seem to be feeling confident and the
একটা
flawless round will
ये drop
certainly
कर दी
help.
5 rounds
একটা গান
already.
drop করে নি
Normally you'd be looking at that and going, that doesn't feel like a death sentence, but 5 in a row.
আরে তোরে এত কিছু একটা পিন করেছিস একটা পোল চালাচ্ছিস না তো ওই করতে করতে আমি ওটাকে ছড়াচ্ছিলাম দিয়ে ওখানে সোডা ভাই মেসেজ করছিল যেটা হাইড
একটু মারতে হতো 130 কিল
আন্ডু মেরে দিয়েছিলাম
আমাদের টিম তো
রিফ্রেশ করলে দেখাচ্ছে সবার মেসেজগুলো
সব মেসেজগুলো আসছে রিফ্রেশ করলে
This is starting to feel a little
না ভাই 130 টাকা মার
আমাকে তো ডিলিটেড দেখাচ্ছে সব
that early pause.
যত ম্যাচ
কিন্তু সাইড থেকে দেখতে পাবি তুই কি তোর এই ভিউ ডিলিটেড মেসেজ ক্লিক করলে
আরে ওটা তো তুই মডারেটর বলে নরমাল তো কেউ দেখতে পাবে
where
না
they restore order
হ্যাঁ
to
নরমাল
this defensive side. An operator in
ঠিক
play
আছে
for Arga.
পুরনো তো পুরনো হতা है नया करो मैसेज करो
You even think back to the last full buy they had, it looked so good on the
थोड़ा मैसेज
retake
कर
on
देता
A. So many pickups, no man was on a tear.
अपन थोड़ी हाइट दिया
Wasn't enough.
এবারে পুশটা আটকাতে
টাইম আউট গেছে তখন
And
লিখতে
Pat
পারবে
made
না
the
কোনো
position,
আইডিয়া
pushed
দিয়ে
up on A. He's
না
looking
না
to
টাইম
pass
আউট
the
নয় ভাই
rotation.
তোর মানে হ্যাঁ মানে টাইম আউট হয়েছে না তো
এবারে
আমি
পুশটা আটকাতে পারবো
টাইম আউটটা সরিয়ে দিয়েছি
Some info to work with, but this is all
ডাউন হাইট
numbers,
দেখাচ্ছে
and
আমাকে
now it's
মানে
time to go for
random
Pat
variable
Mann's
was hidden by
the
sky
prowler
here
sees him.
was
Now
unhidden
the
by sky
element of
here तो
surprise
मैसेज करते
dissipates.
पड़ेगा
And you won't get a free sight anymore. No, they are calling for rotations back. The op is coming into play. The paranoia didn't land either. But Patman shifts focus towards the B site. That net is good. It's caught Uditan, but now he's got backup. They're playing the high-low. It's across the map for G. They're fighting everywhere. It's going to be confusing for XLG as to where the hit's coming in, but it doesn't matter. They're finding all of the picks.
Happy Way's done very well.
এই 1v1 গুলো হেরে যাচ্ছে না এটা একটু মুশকিল
Be isolated in that fight, but getting 2 picks from it. Still a sensor here, but
ঠিক আছে চাপ নেই
all that's really going to do is give the game away. Leo's committed a little bit further.
ভাই না 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 হেল না
That's exactly what he's going to do. 8 seconds left. Patman, all he can really do is make this costly. A nice quick double.
Nice
Over the
one.
end
Nice
to
one.
close out the
Yes.
round. XLG will find themselves a third.
চেম্বারটা দাঁড়িয়ে আছে কেন প্ল্যান করছেন
জানি না ভাই
See them build into this half a little.
Obviously, Leo's there in the end to close the round, but it's also before
আমার
even the
নেট
first
যাচ্ছে
shot is
মাঝে
landed
মধ্যে
that he really earns his
তো
money
বৃষ্টি
in
হয়েছে
this
না
one.
এখানে
The fact that he puts that
Batman,
prowler out
Batman,
to check
একটু
if
সরব
someone's
চলে
outside
এসছে।
A reveals Patman, who otherwise would have had an easy
Let's go,
lurk.
NT.
Those players were starting to rotate. Rarga was running away from the
Riz,
A
can you
side.
go here?
He would have had a 1v1 on a player that had no idea he was there, but Leo was curious, and the Prowler got them the early read on the play. Validated their concerns, and now a 3-5 scoreline. It's not pretty, but plenty of rounds left in this half to still shape up as a good one for
Left
the
side, left
defense. Rarga's on the angle, and he will
Follow
find
angle
with the
chilo
ease,
se
even the
hai.
wall to slow them down on the tree play.
Yeah, making sure he can't be surrounded allows him to lock in on the angle. There has been a TP across already, but
ব্লক করছে
and the slows put into play. He knows exactly
ult on
how
holo?
to
না
play around his utility, and even has support. Although Noman does have to be a little bit careful. I definitely don't think he knows that Patman's already ahead of it. A chance maybe to
Crystal
just
pick up
wrap
here.
around and find that kill, but there's the first, the second player behind the wall at least. Even still, that man advantage kept, and there's re-aggression coming out from Leo as well. Patman is just trying to do everything. Spots the player. Knows that he's there, but his teammates are all falling like flies. We're watching a man play a masterful game of bringing
ভালো
out
ছিল
unfortunately
ঘুরে
his
এসে
teammates
মারাটা
aren't
ওদিক থেকে না
alive
গিয়ে
to
মারাটা
help him out.
এটা বড় প্লেয়ারের
An advantage here for XLG.
TV2 না এখন
হ্যালো
সাউন্ড পাবে
কি
হাইপার এখন বললো
কে সাইফার এখন বললো
এই নাইস নাইস
আমাকে এখন দেখালো কিল ফিডে তুই সাইফারকে মার
এই নাইস
ওয়ালে রে ভাই ওয়ান্টেড গেম
আরে
আরে না এন্টি এন্টি এন্টি
ভ্যান্ডেল কি আছে তোমার
অলমোস্ট জিতে গেছিল ভাই এটা
Now we're starting to see this defensive side take shape.
It's very interesting because you go back and look at their game.
যা ভাই যা যা ভাই তুই যা
You'd think that maybe the 13-0 was 12 rounds on the defense. It was 12 rounds on the
Oh,
attack.
acha, oda game
But it's
khelche
when
nahi.
they brought it here versus NRG where they struggled more on the attack side. So it's obviously imperative that they still throw in that solid half. But for GE, clearly feeling like the attack, especially when you look at the composition they're running with the double duelist. Corner-based win condition feels like more of an attack-sided half needed. Even still, though, in the lead.
G timeout. Yes.
Yeah, it did make me worry a little bit with how much Patman was able to get away with in the last round, but a man that has definitely had some crazy individual performance. I think even regionally, not being one of their major highlights over on the side of GE is Yudotan. When it comes to this event, he's been fantastic. In fact, especially I think back to the game of Fracture, where it was him, I believe, versus Sato, and it was that 1v1 operator fight that was going back and forward. We've seen a round like that in this map where he found 3 on the entry, but we haven't seen that same superstar just yet.
On XLG, picking up that operator. Found them a lot of success in the previous round. Opening on A, slowed the play massively, got the rotates in. Even traded out in the end. For XLG, they're now 1 round behind. Picking up some momentum.
4-5 है मतलब ठीक है.
A few rounds left to go. The lead could still be theirs at halftime.
तो बस भागना नहीं है. अच्छा.
Trying to avoid Marga on A. They've walked into him on B, but this time they look to tell the tale.
भागना नहीं था.
भागना नहीं. Took the majority of the damage. Immediate.
वो तो obviously है भाई.
Not really a chance to respond. The nade almost finishing off Noman, but that will be Harvey. And he has a spike. Oh, that's really rough. That is a special delivery all the way
to the seaside. Direct masters तो.
They haven't realized.
अरे masters
they haven't noticed just yet that the TP can be
taken. भाई masters से खेलते भाई. G is already playing the masters. This is Swiss stage. 8 टीम में से 4 टीम playoffs में जाएगा और 4 playoffs हर एक स्टेज का जो winner है वो लोग प्लेऑफ्स में हैं. उनके साथ ब्रैकेट में एंटर होगा जो लोग स्विस स्टेज से जाएंगे. समझ में आया? स्विस स्टेज तो खेलने एलिमिनेटेड. अबे আমার 150 পয়েন্ট ছিল চলে গেল কি করে এই আকাশটার জন্য. ভাই লাগে না কেন ভাই? এই সৌরভের কিছু জিজ্ঞেস করছে তো সৌরভের পয়েন্টটা চলে গেল কি করে?
এই তো নাইস শট ভাই, তুই ম্যাচ দেখ, সব সৌরভকে বাদ দে, সব সৌরভ আসবে কাল. এই না এই না এটা জিততে হতো এই রাউন্ডটা.
হবে না, জিতে গেছে জিতে গেছে জিতে গেছে. টাইমিং অনেক সময় কাটিয়েছে ভাই, ওরা অনেক লেট করেছে আসতে. লেটস গো গাইস, লেটস গো.
এই সৌরভ তুই নেশা করেছে? বলছে খেললে এলিমিনেট কি করে হবে? জিতলে হারলে এলিমিনেট বল? বলছে খেললে এলিমিনেট.
Before the spike had exploded, GE doing just enough. Less than a second in it. But a 6th round finds its way into their back pocket. Guaranteed neck and neck at the half.
It's the showstopper.
যদি আমার কাছে ক্লিয়ার মাইকটা থাকতো তাহলে আমি obviously
আরে সুইচ স্টেজে মাস্টার্সের কথা বলছি না, মেন মাস্টার্স.
Maybe that's a Rosa ult, but
আরে প্লেঅফস বলে ওটাকে.
প্লেঅফস বলে ভাই ওটাকে.
কি
এসএমআর লিখেছে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি না তো. আচ্ছা দাঁড়া লাইভ চ্যাট দেখি.
Looks like XLG putting a lot of stock towards this C hit. They've got the right read, but they don't know just how right they are. Dog going through will keep them in position.
লিখেছে তো ওটা মডারেট হয়ে গেছে.
Has very passive utility there.
The moderation tough করি.
GE when they take space. And I meant more so towards the C side after the plans, but in both cases, very nice early fights.
The spams through as well.
Ja.
That's where the Guardian really holds its value. A nice trade back from Crystal though, and he does have his ultimate online.
Hey, 2v3 আছে.
Correctly could remove weaponry, but instead he's gone swinging, and he's found Raga, and not in the way he'd hope.
1v3.
In a 1v3.
Plan করতে হতো না এসে সামনে, বাস ইজি.
He could reposition through the B site.
টাইম নেই কিন্তু বেশি এর কাছে.
সে তো দেখ রাউন্ডটা তো এমনি তো ওকে একটা মারতেই হবে.
Braga already watching on that angle as well. Even making it on this cross is not going to be easy unless he can hit the shot immediately onto Leo, and he cannot. Braga already back in position once again, but is he just going to run through? Can he make it through before
time
stops him? Door needs to be broken. 10 seconds, and he's even hit. I think that might have been through the wall.
Yeah, it was. He's left him down to 54. That's going to make this a damn sight easier to slow the paranoia even more so. And yeah, you're dead to rights. Really nice stuff from XLG now. We are seeing, again, what looked like domination to start this out after the second round. XLG slow down. G start to run away with it convincingly so in some of the rounds. It might have been slow to get on the board, but there's no denying them now. 1 round left in the half. And XLG can still make this an even one.
Yeah, it is starting to feel like Haven once again, where GE come out of the block strong.
It's Rarga's off, man. It's just made such a difference.
Chinese
like every round he's either getting the information, but not being punished. He misses the shot. Or, in the vast majority, he's got the man advantage. And then some. And you can't push him after because he's using his util to slow.
He round to 7-5
কিন্তু বাইনি এদের বাইনি ওদের ওয়েপন ড্রপ করিয়ে করতে হবে
Stingers for the most part. Of course, they can still take the weaponry away with that steel garden. And the ultimate's not built up on the other side. Leo is trying to get himself a little bit closer, but unless he is getting a multi-frag, the likelihood is that Nightfall will not be used.
Minute on the clock. And GE are very happy to sit and wait. 28 shots. Yeah, we go to the classic eventually. Honestly, I think it would have broken just off of time with not that much of a difference, but got 1 mag left for you, Don.
He's baiting them in. He's baiting them in. And you know, he has kept 2 players. Seeker's about to be used. See, they're trying to put Lysor in and now looking to remove the weaponry, but obviously it does take a second or 2.
क्या हो रहा है क्यों हो रहा है किस लिए हो रहा है
देखो भागा ले
Thorns forced him to take a lot of damage on the way out.
Shield strip, but he's going to go in.
ঠিক আছে ভাই এমনিতে ওদের কাছে স্টিঙ্গারই ছিল তো সামনে সামনে গিয়ে খেলতে হবে
একটা
নিচে
নাইস ওয়ান দুটো
for the weaker weapons
3v3
Batman
now
Batman heal টা লেগে যাও
get the heal there, steps into the smoke a little too early, and Rarga shuts him down as well with the recovered rifle. He looked for the fight on Javi. He's not seen the angle, but now he has. Slipping himself away to hopefully have that cover from Crystal, but the smoke up has blocked him out. He's got to be quick. They could be defusing for all he knows, but they've given the game away now. Still, no angle on the diffuser, and finally he will show patience from Crystal. A flash still to work with, sees them defusing. He's got to swing.
What, bhai? Let's go, bhai. Crystal ko to bhalo khelo, bhai.
I support Crystal, bhai.
His teammates bought in the
bhai ওটা যেন ওয়েট করলো ওকে জাম্প পিক করে স্পট করে পরে মারলো
impressive stuff individually to not run at the end when you know that they could have been defusing. Utilize that.
ওদেরকে যেতে আগে গিয়ে মারতে হতো কারণ ওদের কাছে স্টিঙ্গার ছিল দূর থেকে তো মারতে
হ্যাঁ না উডুরে যেটা গিয়ে পুশ করে মেরেছে ওটা ঠিক করেছে ওর কাছে যে গানটা ছিল ওটাই করতে তো একটা কিল বার করে দিয়েছে হি ডিড হিজ জব
but I think they found enough towards the end that the second half isn't exactly
7-5 করে দিয়েছে ঠিক আছে এবার কি বলতো এবার পিস্তল জিততে হবে
and
তালি
certainly
পয়েন্টটা জিতে যাবে
the crowd is looking very happy today. Let's
8-5 9-5
This is Mary Vick. She's Javi's mum, but also the
ওর মা বেশ পপুলার হয়ে গেছে
of the Global Esports Fan Club here in London. The funny thing is,
Global Esports Fan Club.
When your son said he wanted to be a pro gamer, at first you
গালে হাত বোলাচ্ছে ভাই
No, not at all. Not at all. He was always
well played ভাই well played তো হ্যাঁ ভাই
and so his friend said you have to watch him play. He's really good. And when I watched him play, I'm like, "Oh my god, he is a professional player."
And now you get to see him play for the first time in person in London. What's this been like for you?
It took 5 years for him to get here. And we all struggled. We all had sacrifices, but we supported him all the way.
So once you knew he could do this, you never stopped believing.
You bet.
By the way, I'm eating this thing.
Even his family, his
siblings,
his father, everyone.
And now it feels like your family has expanded, Mary Vick.
Woohoo! GE fighting all the way.
I wanted to ask you one quick question. Yesterday in the press conference, you asked the guys about their individual superpowers. What's the team superpower of global esports?
Oh my, I think a lot of it has to do with mentality, big time, strong mentality. But you know, it's really the passion. If you don't have the passion, you're out, yeah.
And are people here feeling passionate about global esports? And I'm not surprised with Mary Vic on their side. Let's get into the second half.
এটা কি তো প্লাস্টিক দেখতে পেলাম
Well, GE certainly fighting in this series, pulling no punches and leading 7-5. A chance to make it all the way to playoffs, and all they have to do is take down XLG in one more half or one more map.
Yeah, we've mentioned it throughout. A team that has talked about being
you're
scrim
correct.
partners, relationships throughout, with Crystal being an XLG member, XLG being the team that sent out Yudotan and No Man when they played on prior rosters as well. Even Autumn and Lysol have a connection with NPX, but only one of them can go marching on as they eliminated
the greatest of all time
2 other teams from their respective leagues. Only one of them makes it into the playoffs, and for GE, they are going to hope to try and do it in 2. But for XLG, regionally, that attack side was strong. But I do think they're going to want to get a pistol.
No Man's got to be careful. He's got the spike right now, and the flank coming in. It looks like the timing could be good to catch him. He's rounded the corner just in time. Instead, it's Leo. He's really thrown to the wolves there. XLG lose themselves their fate. They'll get the A site for this. Oh, maybe they won't. The wall's blocked out the spike. Again, No Man is isolated, is trapped, and he'll make it back to his buddies.
Yeah, there's been a few moments already that could have made this round incredibly spicy. Instead, it's Leo sacrificed a post plant, which is normally where this composition becomes so tough to break through. The wall already in position, and a flank already spotted. It may be a man advantage, but there aren't a massive amount of advantages for GE here.
No, this can very easily flip-flop in the other direction.
Who shot? Who shot?
भाई इधर सुनती करे पिस्तौल और भाई
he shot चिटकी से head.
That's just nightmare fuel for XLG. You want that boost into the half, and a guy runs around the corner. Multiple people trying to face him off tap, and he just absolutely destroys them. Quick enough to correct, but also a little bit disjointed from the other side, not quite able to find those trades.
Shot bhai.
Gives GE that little bit of a boost, and as I said, that is the last thing XLG wanted on their map choice, a map that regionally has been flawless over the last few months.
Production quality bhai on top.
There would be back-to-back defeats on it if they were unable to make a recovery. But fact is, recovery is not expected in this round.
They had the net land to start this out, but no one followed up, and Crystal now surrounded, finds himself in a bit more trouble. Or Patman, excuse me. Crystal from further back, firing in those shots and making it out and buying a little bit of time. But XLG aren't looking to change the direction, at least from what we're seeing. A Skydog might change their mind. They know now rotates have happened. They know the C site's a little better defended. You're either going to rotate into space that you've given up, or you're going to pump the brakes and just hope that GE starts second-guessing themselves.
They're going to try and
off pillar
Flash is going to let them know. He's managed to win the fight. Crystal here, but the jump across is fantastic. They're playing this one well as a team, but they still have to deal with Yudotan again. Back-to-back triples at a minimum. And he's now waiting for his teammate to come in behind. Hathaway still with a rifle. Expecting something. I like the angle he's taking, but unfortunately left a little bit open. Another Yudotan round, a showstopper online. But the fact is that was still a little bit too close.
Yeah, the panic version of me was thinking, well, we have the showstopper. Maybe you just throw it in to win the round. But I think that was the backup plan here. Let Autumn go, let him find the pick. If he dies, then maybe we throw that showstopper in. But it wasn't needed. GE find themselves in 9th. It looks on the timeline like an easy one, but certainly anything but with the way that panned out. XLG now come in with a full buy. themselves. Losing this, the chances of making playoffs, they take a plummet real quick.
Rifle handed over to Harvey. Yudotan is just going to be playing with the showstopper this round, waiting for someone to make contact, and if the stars align, they'll be put into play. It really is, as bonuses go, a weak one. More pistols than purchase weaponry, and for XLG, this is feeling like the moment to build back into this game. They've got heavy shields on every single player. They know what they're up against. There goes the showstopper. There goes a freebie.
Gun
and a weapon that can be picked up by Yudotan.
A really big kill as well. Not only for the weapon, but for that utility removed. XLG now, flank is open, they've got to go. And the decision is towards the C site. Wall gone in, they can make it onto Crystal site a little bit quicker. That is nice shot, but the wall got in the way. XLG gets even with a plant coming through. You've got to be wary of the spams, but that's not a that's not a commonly spammed angle. Leo almost got a haircut.
He Walton could dig chili.
Still where things get so much.
Leo almost got a haircut.
Post plant versus what is now a double SMT. Still incredibly difficult. Yudotan is taking that initial space, but it's Raga to find the kill. No man with another, and in fact he doesn't even realize he gets the third. A double tap through the smoke, and what started out a little bit shaky from the showstopper is 4 players staying alive for XLG. That is a good way to break back.
Revival for XLG if they can have a bit of a streak early on. That round is one they're expected to win, but that's what makes me feel a little bit better about XLG's chances. The vibe check over that side of the stage looking good. All smiles, all standing. Autumn might be about to wipe that smile off their face. He's inside the smoke with the off. He's making it out. At least it seemed like he would. Crystal gets shot in his place, and Autumn follows him to the spectator screen. That's one hell of a start for XLG, and I think you kind of have to save.
This is the problem. Like, you're running that double duelist. You're up against, as said, a composition that in the post plant is almost impossible. Just look at the utility on the map right now. There's a wall holding onto the cross. They've already put a sensor in the spawn, a second wall to block off with the barrier. There's no way back into the site as it is. So what you're going to see from GE is these aggressive starts. Like, we want to deny them having all of those players in the post plant. We want to deny them getting into the post plant in the first place. The problem is you get wrecked like that and you have no choice. There is no way that they're getting back in.
It does just look like a rare mistake from Crystal to step in. Gets unlucky that he spammed down, but of course it's an angle they're spamming when Autumn had been caught out the way that he did. Autumn overstaying his welcome in the smoke. Crystal going down ahead of his utility. What else can you do?
Sajid.
I can tell you what else. You can throw your weapons away. You have two choices. One of them
Sajid, very nice.
A great net at the end.
Okay, he's having a good time.
Oh, why not?
Captain 3K got it in the last round, but now we look again to see if there's any sort of response. Of course, the problem for GE is that you get into that first proper buy round, you get slaughtered off rip. And in fact, that's a moment to take pause. This is now both coaches in both halves that after losing 2 rounds has taken a timeout.
It is a very unusual look. And I do wonder if, you know, in this matchup in particular, being scrim buddies, you have a lot more learnings to draw from. You have a lot more tendencies to predict, to lean on.
They're talking to each other.
And I'll tell you what, Frost has got a lot to say.
Are they talking to each other?
It off. I think I'd get afraid every time I see our teams call the timeout. Just lift the headset slightly, lower 10%.
It's like, oh, what did I do wrong?
It's actually crazy that we could hear him from here.
Yeah,
in the venue. That's
to be fair, that wasn't him talking to them. That was just him talking out loud.
That was him talking in general. Yes, he wasn't losing his mind in a timeout. That was just his commentary of the game. But a 2-round gap between these two. For Global Esports, as you said, 3 players surviving, great. You at least have those 3 rifles. But alongside them, there won't be a lot. Autumn would love to have a Blade Storm here, but 3 away, that's not really a feasible goal. So for GE, even with those rifles, this will be a weak round, but let's see what they talked about in that timeout.
3 round तो लाग गए.
Like they're gonna at least try and challenge, but
ये default खेलते हैं
XLG with the
XLG
knockback
global.
One that should be expected. That cam, I don't believe, has given things away already. The utilization of the annihilation as Crystal's gone, and well, Harvey tries to react. Yudatan has been a man of many moments. This would have to be one of the best of them. The full squad running down on him, and he had no support.
अरे ओड़ा अपना जावी बेरो तो ना अपने ओके ये अल्टेड उठे नहीं ना तो इन्होंने कवर नहीं था
Of the other side of the map, and he is only just making it over here.
Last player standing.
Yeah, some credits not in the best of positions. With Arden being the
9-9
last maybe picking that rifle. Getting out could be the right play. Getting some damage in on top of it. For now, at least, he's just sat down in the spawn waiting, expecting someone to come pushing.
With the problem as well is a lot of what you can see with this XLG comp, and it's what I have seen when other teams have tried to run it, is a lot of the time you can need an ult to get you that entry. Like I think we witnessed it in this round. The Annihilation takes a player away, pulls someone in, and it gives you an opener, and you can then react off that. And you see people try and react to that ultimate. So to be honest, the worst thing that Autumn can do is run in and give them an ultimate orb. You don't want them to have a Nightfall. You don't want them to have a res, because then you can sacrifice someone and then they come right back again. So it's kind of an awkward spot where, yeah, the best thing I can do is die to the spike.
Rarga's definitely having a much better time as well in terms of impact. Even here, all that utility, you had the Sky Flash, you had the nade go through on A main, he just walked past it. And him walking past it meant they were much quicker to actually fill in the space, because he was telling them, yeah, they naded, yeah, they flashed, but no one stepped forward. And if no one stepped forward, they're either playing passive or they've rotated and left this as a early chance here for Autumn. Operator will be bought up. Odin in play for Crystal, playing towards the doors on A. But XLG shifted their focus to this C site. They're looking at this operator who's not got a very favorable angle with that smoke in the way, and the shot won't land for him either. But even just hearing that op seems to have made XLG reconsider.
Oh yeah, if you were going to run
Crystal
you might have seen NRG do, I think it might be an operator and an Odin. I think they might have been inspired in that case. The only problem is they would also then need, I think, Patman to drop like 34 kills like Kiko did to get them through the map.
He saw them there. They don't think he saw them, but that paranoia and nade is perfect. Unitome with a little jump peek, and XLG just didn't react as a result. Halfway's almost dead, and they've lost a player.
Did Roger just heal himself?
Let's go, I'm back.
What finish na
I think so, Tom.
Nah.
अरे वो ट्रिपल सेंटी खेलছে আমি এখন নোটিস করলাম
কাটাওড়া
Maybe just the
হ্যাঁ এক্সএলজি তে হাইপার আছে ডেডলক আছে স্টেজ আছে
seemingly the wrong one.
30 seconds left.
উডো একটা প্লে বানিয়েছিল ভাই কিন্তু মরলো না এই
maybe Roger was the right person. Now he has that res online to swing through a little bit
এই
risky
দুটো মেরে
for
দিয়েছে
Yudatan. And now they get that res in play. It's going to leave Lights are a bit healthier, and caught out is Patman. It was starting so well for the side of GE. But now they are a man down again.
Happyway still on 12 HP, and now the Odin's starting to ring out, but he's backed out of the site. Those wallbangs won't even get close to him. And with an op on the other player, and the wall being triggered.
That's such good bait.
They're just going to go for the save. They're sensing too much danger here in XLG. Grab themselves a 9th round as a result.
It's just immediately Crystal starts looking towards the A side going, oh, he's flanking us. They're still checking for all of these positions just because Leo just walked out and baited the wall. That's just a clever little piece. Maybe he was actually going to flank them until then, but what a recovery from XLG. That round started with an unbelievable amount of damage done off the back of the nade, and then from then onwards, GE just crumbled. Like it was again just players trying to be a hero in these moments. Like a swing out of a smoke, then moments later, another swing out of a smoke. They are being caught out in isolated fights, and that's exactly what XLG want.
আরে না উডো জানিস না না ফার্স্ট একটা প্লে বানিয়েছিল একটাকে মেরেছিল ওই ওর দা সাইফারটাকে 10 HP করে দিয়েছিল ওটা মরে গেলে সাইফারটা তাহলে ম্যাচটা বেরিয়ে যেত
on the horizon and growing closer by the second. But now, the shoe's on the other foot. Things have slowed down, and a 4-round streak has put XLG right back into this game.
GE win ho jao.
Right back into this series, and right back into contention for playoffs. It's GE with a weak buy. Still the op, still the O, but the rest are with pistols, and they're isolated. Uniton stands no chance.
He was kind of meant to be the second layer to the operator. Unfortunately, he ended up being left alone. Immediate call to try and go back in the other direction, but Raga is still here. Plant seems guaranteed, and once again, once all of that utility goes down, that's at least a nice spam. It's one of the few weapons, but are they now just going to opt to go back in the other direction again?
Well, looks like Plant down below is going to come through. Crystal trying to contain them, but won't find anything from that spot. No paranoia to work with to break back in. Patman has a gap in the wall, but they should know by now. They can possibly walk through, and now they most certainly do. Getting anything here should be tough. Patman's the only one that's risking his life. The rest of the squad is saving those weapons yet again. Not worth throwing at a round like this. And maybe if they found one more pick, maybe if something else had gone their way, they'd try, but instead, will they be allowed to save them? The XLG are hunting them. Save round is but he will meet his demise.
They've got so many credits that it really does become irrelevant. And as said, with their ults being so impactful, think about the res in the prior round. I don't think he's going to care if he goes down, as long as he's getting those ultimate orbs. I also think this brings back an interesting conversation at the beginning of the veto, because obviously I'm not going to pretend to know these teams better than they know each other. They're scrim partners. They probably know each other better than anyone else. When I was trying to predict the veto, I thought the G would ban this map and risk playing Fracture. There was something about the Fracture of XLG that maybe they didn't want to play, or they thought they had a counter on this map. And from what we're seeing so far in this attack side, I'm starting to question if that's true.
XLG showstopper online for GE.
XLG
and an operator that's been saved for so many rounds, and now it has the early round impact. Now it lands that blow to XLG to put them a man behind. Their response is to scale up into C, and they will find this very free.
ইন হয়ে যাওয়াটা মুশকিল নয়, ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে ওই যে সেজ যে ওয়ালের উপরে বসে আছে ওটা একটা মুশকিল।
নাইস ওয়ান রে,
a little bit risky though.
দেখে নিয়েছে,
দেখে নিয়েছে, ব্যাস ব্যাস।
was trying to bait them in and he succeeded. Obviously they're not towards the waterfall because of the spams coming through on the other side, and even still they just can't find the safe space. That will be the moment though.
সবসময় স্প্যাম দিয়ে ছেড়ে দিতে হয়।
With a decent shot. Showstopper now coming through. You said he's been having a standout game, but this really is a step up, an immediate headshot. Still, these fights becoming more and more awkward. A 2v2 down to just one.
अरे ना स्पैम यार बाबा এটা জিততে হতো, এবার বাই নি ওদের কাছে।
2 rounds ahead. And XLG hightailing it towards
স্প্যাম হয়ে গেল না ওটা, ভ্যান্ডেল স্প্যাম করতে লেগে গেল না।
He had it all. They had the opening picks, they had the ults. They had the tags, they denied the plan. And they threw it all away. Over
আরে তারপরে ওই যে ওই ডেডলকের ইয়েটা
ওই জন্যই তো হলো। Jumping in with the showstopper when nobody else is ready to go. This is a team that lost their way. And now we might go all the way to Breeze as a result for XLG. They find themselves again against weaknesses.
কেমন বাই করছে গ্লোবাল?
Invested
করতেই তো হবে, এখন দেখ না 11 তো হয়ে গেছে ওদের, বাই তো
that
করতেই
showstopper
হবে।
out of the equation. The Blade Storm no longer around. This makes life so much easier for the attack side.
Oh, I like the aggressive push up though. The set
ওটাকে
strategies have not been working. Let's resort to just trying to punch them in the throat. A walk up and they got past you. There was an opportunity for more than that. Even still, man advantage held. Harvey not really with the weaponry to do too much here, and with TP to the back of the site. A post plant will ensue, but 2 of those sentinels are gone. It's only going to be no man's util this time.
Oh, Leo can run through on that dog, but he decides to go back, wary of more players. Wise move. Goes the C's a little further than expected. Now have their ult to go through. Weapons are going to be removed from the hands of XLG, and the push is about to come through. No man gets caught off. He plays ends up killing his own flash. Javi That's a big mistake. And
Diffuser
it's
বোঝা
given a
গেছে
chance now. Rifle back online for XLG, and they'll find a floor.
আরে একটুখানির জন্য
Rounds for XLG. And GE have got to be kicking themselves. They have thrown what could have been a lead, what could have been a competitive map, maybe even a favored one. And they have thrown
এটা
it to the
ভুল
wind.
বললো যে
This is looking like the ultimate capitulation
আরে
for
এক
global
সেকেন্ড
esports. 7 rounds in a row. Each one that goes by
এটা
feels
তো
more
বায়ু নেই
and more like the one that will finally break the
ভাই
streak.
নেই যা আছে নিয়ে নেবে
That one definitely the peak of it,
ওই
but
তো ভাই
again,
আছে।
back-to-back rounds where Lysor steps up. And now just one needed to take us to a third map. GE might look back at this and be kicking themselves. They could have had this
আরে না
instead.
আরে ভাই থার্ড ম্যাচ
3 players gone. A 2v5
এত এগ্রো
needed.
পুশ করছে কেন এরা
And while this round is looking like a breeze.
ये रात जगह की
GE, as
मानेगा
you
ये
said, a third map now on the horizon. It seems almost impossible for them to fight their way back into this one. It'll be devastating knowing. No, they're going to be slowed down even more by that util potentially. Oh, no, they made it past. But knowing that this could have been, if not a closed game, a much closer one. And instead, look at what they're running into. Crystal, okay, that's a double and a chance to break his teammate out. It's not quite over just yet, but now it very much seems like it is. The time too far gone, the slow on the spike, and more than enough bodies to throw at this situation. It is 13-9. The resounding answer from XLG to Haven. Global
তো রাউন্ড যেটাতে
Esports
ফোর্স
will
বাই
not
করলো
find this 2-0 in
ওটাকে জিততে হবে দুটো রাউন্ডে দুটো রাউন্ডগুলো হেরে গেল
for grabs after the break.
এরকম ডিসাইডার ম্যাপে না বলা যায় না কে কখন কি হয়ে যায়
ये सोचा था आज थोड़ा जल्दी हो जाएगा
সেম ভাই আমার কালকে সকালবেলা উঠতেও হতো আমি ভাবলাম চলো তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ হয়ে যাচ্ছে ভালো
কি बोलूं आप ढेर बाबा 12 अच्छा क्या ही कर सकते हैं अभी এই জি ইচ্ছা করে নাকি এটা
তুই কি স্ট্রিমের সাউন্ড বন্ধ করে রেখেছিস? इसमें बहुत सन्नाटा लग रहा है हमें।
सन्नाटा तो है। না জিতে তো ফালতু এরা এত ইয়ে করে না মানে একবার পোদ মানে পোদ দিয়ে দিলে ব্যাস পোদ আর গোটাতেই পারে না এরা এই অ্যালেক্সের মতন দেখতে পায় ওই যে পেছনে ঢুকছে সব
back and then he could just chuck his swords whenever he felt any sort of pressure coming towards his site, so he could reposition himself with the operator, which was really nice to watch and find that confidence once again.
Yeah, the Sage Optech is old school 2021 vibes. We've seen Ed doing it quite a lot back then. And another thing for XLG, we're talking about those post plants. They didn't get into too many of them because they're winning rounds quite early, but when they did, it fired off here. You can see the Sentinel utility coming in, the Sage wall, Deadlock net that catches a few people there. And then even here on B, there's trips in deep, there's walls in deep. It's a nightmare to have to retake against. And that's why I saw G trying to do some of those fights early, but it just didn't go their way. XLG were just steamrolling.
Remember what I told you about XLG having a real great understanding of the verticality of this map, using those deadlock sensors where they know GE are going to be trying to break out of and get onto that site. I think having this triple sentinel composition, like you said, Minnie, when you get into those post plants, your attack just looks easy. It looks completely flawless at that point.
And let's talk about the other side of GE and their comp there. They were using XLG's comp last time, using HyperX's comp this time. But I think one might argue GE was used to use the C word, choking, but I don't think it was quite that.
No, I think on defense that comp is extremely hard to play. There's no bunkering that happens much. I think that the reason why teams like HyperX make it work is because they are literally HyperX. I think that not playing the Vice with the Viper on this map is criminal for most teams, and I wouldn't want to see that more deeper into the tournament.
Now we are going to be going to Breeze. We did see Global Esports play Breeze against Full Sense yesterday. Do you like their comp on this one? Is it mini approved?
It's mini approved. I quite like it. It's a little bit, I call it like wonky, so a little bit weird, the Sage and the chamber together. But Ultima's really impressed me yesterday with that chamber.
Yeah, I think so. I think as long as he can be that kind of key component of winning out those first engagements, if we do see that chamber again, yes, we will. And I think the Sage as well has been proven to be such a great agent on this map. But on the other side, XLG going for that Phoenix in Jet. What do you make of this mini?
Well, I think it plays quite well for GE here. Having that Sage to slow down the double duelist. The double duelist comps often like to just go for the straight XX, and that is what GE wants. You're either going to be running into an operator or into a Sage slow. So I'm going to be interested to see what XLG are going to do to kind of win that chess match.
I think what's interesting for me is we're so used to this team playing that Whaley when we consider their duelists, but instead have going down a different route this time around.
Well, thank you guys. We are about to find out who the final playoffs qualified team is gonna be. Tom, Mitch, how you feeling?
Feeling like we might have a good game of Valorant on our hands. Breeze, look, it's been a back and forth affair on the first two maps, but it all comes down to this. Breeze will block off playoffs for one, send the other. Fight amongst the best in the world to face those teams that had the deeper seed, who've been watching and waiting for their moment to face off against squads like this. For GE and XLG, as we said, a hard-fought battle. Some factors coming online and offline. It's been up and down. This is what it all comes down to.
A compositional change, which sees the Phoenix come in instead of the Neon, but well, I was going to say the Jet as well, but never mind. That's already dissipated. A big part of their previous series was Autumn having a phenomenal game over on that chamber. And Yudotan being also a highlight. Neon definitely can still.
चुपचाप निकल जाओ.
अरे वॉल. अरे gets it. In fact, the third about to come around the corner. The shot down do a little bit of tickle damage, but Yudotan is immediately there to drop the spike. A bit of an odd position from Leo on that lurk with the Sova, and he's going to get nothing. It will be a pistol round. Back onto the board. I'll be honest with you, Mitch, after that last map, I actually think it's fairly important that GE get on the board early.
Yeah, definitely. In general, I mean, unless I'm mistaken, thinking back to even their opening series, like this has been a factor throughout the entire tournament for them that they go missing sometimes. They're a team that wins massive streaks of rounds, and then whether they get a little too loose or a little too tight, it's hard to tell, but the game plan needs to be switched up sometimes. For GE, a 1-0 start, pistol going their way. Patman with a big play up close, so you're going to see a lot of risks taken by him based on what we've seen from them so far on this stage. What they face off against now is just classics. Not even a single upgrade for XLG. The chances of even dropping a weapon on the other side looking very low. And add to that the fact that Patman, as we've seen, he's got to pick with the Sheriff. That is his primary weapon. So even one kill is not going to be enough to have any damage in for GE. There's one kill.
You know what? That went better than expected. It's only a pistol on the other side. Never mind. The fadeaway. Single player drop, but that rifle's been retrieved. Now G can go in with a fairly purchase into this next round.
For the first full buy, you should probably have the Viper's pit online because it is 3K and I think it was a 2K in the as well. Indeed it was.
Set করে মারলো সেকেন্ডটা
জানি না ভাই now have that pit on 3 away from it in the early stages.
ভাই বোনাসটা জিতে যাক
normally a Jet with a Sage for the little bit of extra buffer. G are going to use 4 players on A early on. They're looking for a serious fight, and even after they see the first, they shouldn't expect it to be this stacked up. And there's the second aggression. Beautiful stuff from Crystal, who's walked over there with 2. That's weapons on the ground to potentially be upgraded.
আচ্ছা এদের একটা গেছে ওদের দুটো চলে গেছে
The other side of things, like maybe in a normal
কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে এরা ভালো গান পেয়ে যাবে তো
him having the spike means he has to retreat.
The autumn gun
usage of the wall is what allowed them to gamble, but Harvey, after dropping down, went back up for a peek, and now because of that, they have lost all of that control.
Steps heard by he's not landed the shots. Luckily, he doesn't pay for it with his life. Udaton
দৌড়ে দৌড়ে নিয়েছে আর একটা কভার করে দিয়েছে
behind them a little quicker than expected. They're certainly clearing it. At least they were. But
Okay,
Leo's now
okay.
looking elsewhere as the wall breaks. He's
Get it
just
again.
walking in to fill that space. They'll come back to clear it though. Has to hit his shots from Udaton, and he will. Another player around that corner that he doesn't know about, but he's looking to run Eyesore, and it looks like he's got all
আর তারপরে বেস্ট জিনিস কি বলতো সবাই ফুল ওয়াইপ মানে ভালো গান পেয়ে গেল
I'll be honest
তিনটে
with
ভালো
you,
গান
that seemed like better positioning and a read on the scenario than if someone had just used a Cypher ult. Like, he was just looking exactly where his opponents were standing in every single moment. Solid round from Udaton, and considering that was, of course, a bonus round where a lot of it was Bulldogs. That is a huge round to take early on again. A hot streak for GE in the early rounds. For the other side of things, well, I initially saw Lightsync invest into a rifle, but it's not going to be as much of a gamble and a stinger to come into this
আমি
round.
তো এই রিক্লাইন করে ঘুমাচ্ছিলাম কিছুক্ষণ আগে তোরা এখন ওই গেস মাই র‍্যাঙ্ক করছিলিস তারপরে সাইফারের ক্লিপ দেখলাম জেগে উঠলাম
कभी क्या कहना चाहते हैं कभी ये कहना चाहते हैं कि उनके पास अच्छा सा गेमिंग चेयर है
अच्छा
for XLG as you
ঠিক আছে আছে
আমার কাছে
गेमिंग चेयर था अच्छा
বানানা চেয়ার আছে তোর কাছে আচ্ছা ও হ্যাঁ ও হ্যাঁ তোর কাছে ওই তো এই রিক্লাইন না তোর কাছে ওই কি বলে স্লিপ খাওয়া চেয়ার আছে ওই কলার মতো ইয়ে থাকে স্লিপ খাস বুঝতে গেছিস কিলিকা চেয়ার ওয়াও
কি হবে
না
Couple of missed shots. Not for no man. Able to get one. Harvey on the backside. He's taken so much damage.
Nice.
They've traded incredibly well. And does Udaton risk it? Does he risk it? He does. But just gets out of there with one. Not an overface. Hammond's got to be careful. The fallback. I believe that shot did a lot of damage. It did. An assist to Leo. Even still. Checked. Because of that, he now has a rifle from Padman. Puts it into a 2v2 that, if anything, is favored at this point.
হোল্ড করছে ভাই
And now certainly
ওই জায়গাটা ভালো খেলে দিয়েছে
with both barrels is
ভাইপার দাঁড়িয়ে আছে ওই জায়গাটা ভালো খেলে দিয়েছে
for XLG. You know, you talk about that ability to fight their way back, to get back into the game. How important it is for GE to streak those rounds. Well, you see it here.
না চেক করেনি ওটা কিছু করার নেই ওটা
that gives the first round
unexpected
to the
angle.
attacking side. And again, think back to how GE lost the last map. I think having these interruptive rounds is only going to hit them harder because of how this series has gone.
I was a little bit surprised almost to see Raga going back over to that Phoenix. It's not been the greatest of agents, but if he starts hitting shots like that, starts getting closer towards that, running back a little bit earlier, I think they're going to be very happy indeed. Udaton already about to challenge into a multitude of players. Autumn only with the trade, and Mark now pinged up. They know exactly where Harvey is. A lot of what he needs to do is just try and avoid the angle of Raga for a second or two more, and that's exactly what he does. A swing back around, but then he's open to the wall. Isolation of those players going well for XLG, and in fact, Patman's been caught again, the last man standing. He's got a weapon you like, but a weapon he'd like to save even more.
Yeah, I definitely don't like his chances. Great flash as well put through. The trade at a minimum for XLG. That's what they were looking for. China's #2 certainly not giving up on that playoff spot. And one round behind, facing into a very light vibe from GE. They should be at least putting this equal early on. And the other thing I'll say is, early signs, Tom, seems like Happyway might have Patman's number. A lot of those rotations, that's 2 rounds in a row, that he sat there waiting for him and catches a freebie.
Yeah, I think Patman's going to have to maybe start taking a slightly safer route. Those flanks has not been paying off, and I think something that almost needs to be talked about now is, in terms of regional strength, there's been a lot of talk about Pacific, their depth in teams. If GE lose this game, it will just be HyperX. They'll be the only one left, a good one to have left, and while XLG certainly looking to try and make that storyline become a reality already.
Hey, let's see.
Down to just 2 players remaining.
Z5 এর যে সাবস্ক্রিপশনটা আছে না 800 টাকার
হ্যাঁ
3 মাসের ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপের যেটা
হুম
এটা কটা
So
স্ক্রিন
much more value, but Happy Way again is going to be the one to catch him.
মানে কটা ডিভাইসে লগইন
Trying to
করতে
hold
পারবো
into middle.
पता नहीं
And now for Harvey, of course,
এটাকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে হবে
in this case, only having a Guardian.
এই ইয়েলো যেটা আছে ওটা কি কার্ভ নাকি আমি কার্ভ দেখছি
They'll be able to buy into the next round.
We gotta see a
ইয়েলো মানে এই যে ব্রিজ ম্যাপের যে ইয়েলোটা ট্যাঙ্ক এটা কন্টেইনারটা ওটা কি কার্ভ নাকি
না না সোজা
I just counted it and I still can't remember. It was like 8 rounds in a row or something ridiculous from XLG.
তোমার কাছে কার্ভ ডিসপ্লে আছে তুমি জানো কার্ভ
আমার কাছে কার্ভ ডিসপ্লে নেই কালকে আবার
5 versus 3 for GE. One player runs in, dies. Second player runs in, dies with a showstopper. And all of a sudden it's equal footing. It feels like at times GE are a victim of their own snowball. They're being rolled over by an avalanche on XLG, and halting that momentum is being too difficult of a task so far. No timeout, they run right into this. XLG fighting for the lead, the team being taken by Lysor, and they had no idea! It's huge for Lysor, but Patman, this time, needs a little bit more than just the one. The site has fallen in the plant. Seems undeniable.
উড়ান মেরে দিছে একটাকে
Has done well though.
It's down to 30 HP.
ও ভাই উইন্ডো দেখছে ওর জন্য উইন্ডো আবার দেখছে
An even scenario, but these retakes, even when
নিচে
even,
তো ঠিক আছে কিন্তু লো আছে
এই এবার
Rez will give them the advantage, but it's also burning time off the clock while they wait for it. Nice shot from Autumn, but he's now low as well. His post plant needs to be some shots connected by Leo. He's got Raga alongside him, but now Leo is all the way. He knows at least for that moment there wasn't anybody on it. Can he see the arm? He can. Shockdar needs to connect. It needs to be perfect, but it's the shots instead.
Let's go.
Yudotan again, the hero of the round for GE, will be
হাফ
there
করে
to close.
ও যদি পাকামো না মেরে মানে ও যদি শুধু এটা মানে গুলি চালিয়ে তো মরে যেত তাহলে হাফ হতো না তাহলে একটু প্রবলেম ছিল
ভালো না ওরা
Having to do so much work though, it can't be relied on.
तो राउंड अप कोई सा भी प्लेयर कोई सा भी टीम अगर जीतता है तो ओपोनेंट का गलती से ही
He's currently sat 9
इतना भी ज्ञान नहीं पहला
in a game that they're only winning by 1 round.
I know आपके पास नहीं है फिर भी
yes enough पी का ज्ञान
डबल ऑपरेटर
That Hunter's Fury is going off full TPing behind them like
कहां डबल ऑपरेटर
he was great on the last map towards the end.
चेंबर अल्टे
into this one. Viper's pit on one side.
ए फटी दी जो कि उड़ान छुटी उड़ी दी একটা
Almost gets
আবার
rid
লাগিয়ে
of
নিয়েছে
Yudotan.
আবার ছুটি লাগিয়ে
Become a
নিয়েছে
double operator setup.
এই অ্যাঙ্গেলটা এত বাজে
It gives a lot of angles that
Tour de Force
এটা আবার কেমন
I'd have to be careful entering, but it's Yudotan instead.
এটা তো জেলি জাস্ট জেলি
Nobody covering this.
মিস হয়ে গেল রে
But he's not quite able to get the kill.
Yay!
Nice hit case.
Nice return by Crystal.
হিল পেয়ে যাবে
আর কত
হিল নেই
হ্যাঁ ওরা যদি ওরা ওই সাইড হিট করে ওরা যদি ওই সাইড হিট করে তাহলে হিল পেয়ে যাবে
ওই দেখ না 11 সেকেন্ডে আসছে চাপ নিচ্ছিস
হ্যাঁ
I wouldn't be
তার জন্য তাকে পজিশনটা ছেড়ে আবার আসতে হবে না
না পুশ হচ্ছে না তো
মিডডোরটা ছেড়ে আসতে হবে ওর জন্য
initial fight, pump the brakes, wait for over rotations, and if they
No,
don't
no,
have
no.
to, well, you're going to have to push right into
I-
it. Here we go. The running back put into play. They have to get through the
Kill
slow,
হয়ে
and Yudotan's already punished them, but
আরে
এই যে বলছে যেতে পারছি না কেন যেতে পারছি না কেন
ছক্কা ছক্কা
ये कौन बॉडी ब्लॉक कर रहा है
after letting XLG a 4
Are
versus 2.
এ না
Now a 3 versus 2. As numbers start to slip, you get spooked as
Ah.
he falls. You get scared, and now I'm terrified. It's
की टाइमिंग
1 versus 2. A tour de force, but
There,
no
Baba.
snowballs Jensen out.
এ 2v4 বের
How
করে
did
দিল
they
হাট
lose that? Genuinely, it's madness that XLG are coming out of these rounds. I think the first kill comes with Yudotan just stepping into a Molotov, and then they just peek one by one.
এরাও ভাই
If there
ক্র্যাক
isn't a
শট
pause
মারছে
here,
ভাই
I
বললে তো হবে
almost
না
will start to wonder if
এরাও
the
ক্র্যাক
GE coaching
মারছে
staff have just given up, because
দূর
that is
গেছে এমনি এমনি
crazy
থোড়ি
that
গেছে
that round ended up slipping away from them.
Still no pause.
এটা 6-4 হয়ে গেল এটা এখনই হয়ে যেত ওরা ওদের 6-4
On we
হতো
go, I suppose.
আগে থেকে কেন হাল ছাড়ছো আরে ইকো রাউন্ড ইজ ইউ নো ইকো রাউন্ড ইজ দ্য মেইন রাউন্ড
See what they
ইকো
decide to
রাউন্ডে
do with
যদি
this
কোনো
one. Early aggression,
টিম
wall put up.
মানে
Happy
যেতে
Way doesn't seem too
মোরাল
worried
বুস্ট
about the
কি
possibility
লেভেলে
of
হয়
someone up on
ভাই
top. Didn't seem spooked by it, but now he certainly is. The thing is, in this round for GE, like, yeah, they've got a couple of sheriffs. They've got the headhunter as well. They've got a bandit. Everybody's capable of taking a decent fight. Not a favorable one, but a decent one. But the problem is, the numbers for XLG, once they go to push and build the map, they can take so many fights on this map that are ranged, and you're not winning those, even if you trade headshots. That, on the other hand, just close enough.
No, oh, भाई उठो दी लेगे तो.
We've said it already.
कालासिया में यार.
The one guy who has been hitting.
उड़ी बाबा.
बाप रे उठो की डॉज कर लो.
Recon टा देख डॉज कल के.
भालो जाएगा. But this is the problem. They seem very aware of where the danger is in terms of re-aggression.
Yeah, you will get 2 kills, 2 easy lemon squeezy kills. Flash there. No, flash there. Oh, मेरे नीचे.
What a nice try, though.
The fact that
he's
playing his life. Remaining 2 players. Don't have much to play with. The headhunter is definitely the biggest threat, but the second we've seen XLG in these sort of post plants, it has been so incredibly difficult for their opponents to get back in. Again, Leo has a shock dart. They have a snake bite as well. They just have post plant utility that is going to make things incredibly difficult. A lead seemingly almost guaranteed unless Autumn can hit some very fast shots, and he's not going to be able to. Happy way in a deep position once again. It's a bit of a costly round for XLG, but with the streak still going, I don't think
No,
and there it is. The timeout finally coming in from GE. This is ahead of a very important buy round. You lose here, and XLG guarantee themselves, more or less, they would only be on 6 for the astute counters amongst you, but they would be facing into a light buy. And a good chance to at least win the half, to guarantee the lead. Now, then you add to that XLG, if they get out of this round without using the Viper's Pit with the
brother,
Fury,
don't
their chances of
do
winning this
these
round, if they
mistakes.
do commit those, go up a little bit more. And for GE,
I
this
would
has to
already
be
chila
an
na
airtight plan coming into this round, because XLG have safety net after safety net.
Well, looking at the Coinbase win condition, I think it might have just been rattled off by Frost in the coaching booth. I think it's not so much round 9, it's the round before. They had such an insane advantage and let it slip away just by giving those individual fights. And there's no doubt that there are shooters on the side of XLG. No slouches for sure. Lightsor has been having a great, I want to say, map and a half. He really came alive towards the end of the last one. 5 of the last 6 now going the way of XLG. They could continue this streak further. We've already seen it in the last map.
The problem is that round 8, like you said, this was the round that everything fell apart. That was the round where GE had the advantages, and it's almost unforgivable for me because I think they lost Lotus as a result of the exact same round. It was 5v3, they threw ults at it, they threw themselves at it, but they went one at a time. And that wasn't the only round towards the end that they did that. It was the most egregious because of how it unfolded. For GE, same mistakes being made.
Tagged.
XLG happy to punish them. Now they move towards the A site in a crucial round with the Viper's Pit for the post plant.
Passive position now from Patman. Had to fall back just in case. Seems like Lysor is at least considering that he could be in this corner. And timing not the best for him, but Patman unable to capitalize. Now he has to move, and Lysor has his number once again. The spam perfect, and he's still dealing death from above. Taking the lead in the kills department. And while there's plenty more going their way in this round for Autumn, he just wants to save, but Lysor is taking over. A pause taken into a buy round, and XLG.
On the upside, they use their pit. On the downside, they still have the Hunter's Fury. They're close to a run it back. They've got a massive economical advantage, almost guaranteed lead at the halftime. And Lysor looks like his confidence level has This is devastating. It's a 2-round gap. It doesn't seem that big of a deal, but 6 out of the last 7 rounds there for XLG. GE were 3-0 up facing an eco. It should have been an easy 4-0 start. Instead, they've stalled out at that number after taking a while to get there. And look at XLG's plan. G are on an eco. We're going to sit in spawn. And eventually, they'll use their util. Eventually, they might even push us. And then we can just take the round.
There's some deep utility.
বুঝতে পারছি না ভাই।
Give the game away. Drone also been hurt. This is risky, but that's a really nice shot. Can he get away? That's the real question. All being revealed. Hunter's Fury being expended at the same time, creating some disparity. And Lysor is genuinely the best player right now by a margin, but the man to challenge him, Yudoton. Those two have been going back and forth in terms of individual brilliance. Nice shot from Happyway, though. And with Autumn so desperately low, 5 health, he'd need to be immediate with his reaction times. Patman yet to find any sort of weaponry, still just with the Sheriff in hand. And Happyway round this corner might not be expected to be so desperately close. In fact, he won't be. It leaves Patman now with a gun in hand, but still 2 players to find, and even utility being expended. They're trying to hit him with the shock darts while vulnerable. All he could really hope for is to create some space, but he will not be able to. Another round, and now the half one as well.
7-5 at least.
GE came through today after a breakthrough up against Full Sense. Looked like that might have given them the confidence to carry forward, while XLG struggled against a team that they know all too well. It felt like today there were 2 different power levels stepping into the server, and maybe there were at the start. It felt favored to GE, but now the winds of change in full effect. 1 round left in the half. Here on Breeze, XLG have a chance to lead 8-4, and the chance for playoffs looking better than ever.
Bit of spam damage.
It's the worst player to spam, though. A Phoenix who has an ult.
Yeah.
He's going to come right back into that game.
For XLG, the conversation after their victory yesterday was, can they beat anybody other than their own regional rival?
Opening
or will they now just bomb straight out of the tournament? And they're looking to really start asking some questions of some teams. Of course, those upper seeds get to choose who they face, and I'm starting to wonder if people won't want to choose them. At times they're unorthodox, their composition's risky, but they're the ones that make it work. And speaking of risky, just look at this man play. Finally, Patman will put him in the dirt, but there's a second layer every single time. And for Harvey, oh, that one should be free. It almost isn't. 36 health, but he'll get a heal.
1 from Arez.
But look at the position of Raga. Why would you expect him to be here?
The reveal coming from main as well. You're fully locked in on that position. He should cast an eye in this direction, but no. Too focused on main. It will be 8-4. The team who started slow in this series woke up on map 2 and now have a dominant lead in the 3rd. XLG seem to be playoffs bound.
Oh yeah, after being 3-0 down, it's crazy the way that they brought this back, but we need to find out if they can close it after the break.
Come on, boys! Let's go! Let's go!
Jen here with Noman of XLG. Now, GE seems pretty confident against you guys. Do you think that's justified?
Not at all. You know, the players that we have, I think, you know, especially Udotan. This guy, he's a really good player, but we have a Happyway, so I don't think it's justified.
Oh, so Happyway is better than Udotan?
I have to say so.
Okay, let's see his reaction to that. Because he's here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Jen here with Yudotan of GE. Yudotan, what do you think are the win conditions for GE and XLG?
I think whoever win first map gonna win the match. 2-0, I think.
Oh, so it's gonna be 2-0 either way?
Yeah, 2-0.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting है मेरे लिए चल interesting.
But I've really stitched them up by playing that going into the third map. You know, someone saved that as well. They were going into map 2, should put it on. No. Save it for the final. But here we are, 8-4 XLG. Honestly, I am flabbergasted by the performance they had. 3-0 down, going into an eco. And they come out 8-4 with complete control. Lysor seems to have hit another power level entirely. And he is raining down hell upon Global Esports, who now have a big resurgence needed in this final map to keep their playoff streams alive.
Yeah, they managed to do it on the attack side versus ForceSense. Autumn, Crystal, and Yudotan for the players to watch. Autumn had a decent start to this game, but it does just feel like the wind has been taken out of their sails, and XLG sailing strong with the wind at their back. A pistol round almost feels like it seals it. But even still, considering it just feels like the second XLG win around, they're just going to win 5. Like, there needs to be something that brings up the GE players. Otherwise, they will be joining ForceSense on that plane back to Pacific.
Well, this is it. A pistol that carries so much weight. It is essential for GE to find this one. For XLG, one step closer to playoffs. Wrap around from Leo is good. He'll get a kill, but it's only the trade out. They've lost Happyway. Javi ready to strike in mid, finds another, but he's now under pressure. Surrounded, and he makes it out. The door is allowing him to slip back to the squad with a man advantage.
Yeah, a powerful post plant.
Great job.
With so many players back towards main, this corner position from Yudotan might not even necessarily be expected. It will, but it doesn't matter. An immediate headshot. This man expected a 2-0, and if it was off his ability, it might have been. He's been having a great game, goes for a little more. At this stage, of course, the clock becomes their greatest friend. Even still, though, they're losing a lot of members all at once. He almost needs to get this done now.
Nice one.
We'll keep it in their favor. A much-needed pistol round for GE.
Yeah, probably not the round you want to be winning by 8 HP, but look, a win is a win. And for GE, a much-needed one indeed. Again, this is where they have found the vast majority of their rounds in the first half. 3-0 start. I even remember at 3-0, I said, you know, it just feels like at any point XLG can bounce back. Didn't really think we'd see it in the first half, let alone in the 4th round, but that's going to be in the back of your mind as GE here. Yes, you win the pistol, but every little helps from this point forward. XLG, actually, I mean, Autumn is in a ton of trouble. All 5 players are here. There's a Paranoia ready. He can TP back, but even then, they should be on him.
He's the one player you kind of don't mind being in too much trouble, though. Maybe other than Patman, because the second he hears all those footsteps, stun in to support him, and they could just opt to hightail it in the other direction.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what their opponents think. Okay, we've just given away the game on one side of the map. Let's quickly rotate to the other. All 5 players now in mid. Now I said the other sacrificial lab would be Patman. Only with a pistol. Light shields, not a whole lot to play with, and if he's about to see half the team go through, well,
whoa!
Fair play. He didn't really need to get too much, and it's still going well for Autumn, that's for sure, but all they really lose is a Ghost and a Marshall. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, not going too well for Autumn indeed. 5 and 12 on the chamber. It's a bit of a shaky map for him. Maybe things could change, although you'd expect it on the defense to be where those numbers can be put up. XLG did a great job of avoiding him, and oftentimes it just ripping his head off.
To be fair to Autumn, when they played in the last map, he was very good in the attack. I remember him jumping into angles with the operator, even versus Primi, and he was able to win those fights. I think it's just a confidence thing. He's been having such a rough game that he needs to break back in.
Looking to break into the A side quite quickly. This is the full buy from XLG. Ops on the other side of the map. Big tag up on a Yudotan. It's risky, it's spooky, as now the Op is the one primed for the fight. A little early on the angle. He doesn't expect them to be that close, but Autumn just ran into him, and they have no idea about Happyway. He gets damage done, but the kills, they need to follow, and they do. At least one, and there's no man's third. He's tagged Crystal through the smoke. And the shock dart closes. It may come. Crystal's life has a timer on it, and that timer is ticking. The sands of time running low as Raga will catch him rotating. 9 on the board for XLG. 4 players surviving as well. That's a big money maker round, and No Man's on his feet.
For those who don't know, there's a running joke with him that he always gets a 3K. And look at this, the amount of damage he does to the final player.
Leaves him on 5 HP.
It's crazy. It's genuinely like it's written in the stars. Oh, you know, 4K was taken anyway. Tech's just had that title for quite a while, but if he wants to claim the 3K, it genuinely seems like it's written in the stars. His operator taking over, and now in the right place at the right time again. Of course, that was a bonus round for GE. But with the weapons they have,
যদি ইয়ে খেলতো ফিনিক্স খেলতো তাহলে ফ্ল্যাশই ঢুকতো না
because কোনো ফ্ল্যাশ নেই গ্লোবালের কাছে
blindside them a little bit that it came in so early. It won't again. They're definitely going to know it's here.
देखलो अरे देखलो
Find this space. They've sent the drone to A. It's a weak fake. It hasn't pulled rotations for XLG. It hasn't made them panic. They still have first contact on the way. For the right side push. Rarga on the angle as well. The double swing will come in just moments after. And Snakebite lands, but well, this is first of all, Snakebite's a little deep. Autumn can't get back out of there. Patman's on the wrap around, and he's been spotted. But with Happyway down, it feels like a lot of the danger for GE is already gone. And mere seconds later, every other piece falls too.
That was a great round from Autumn. As said, like he's been having some real struggles. Win the opening fight and then play through the poison orb and find the second. That could breathe some life into the team. Just a small timing on it.
লাস্টটা খুব ভালো
And then while Patman finally getting a little bit of revenge, rotation after being caught throughout the majority of that first half. Again, another solid start.
ভালো কথা তো
এই রাউন্ডটা যদি হারাতে পারে
তাহলে এখন দুটো রাউন্ড
ড্র হয়ে যাবে তাহলে হ্যাঁ 9-9 হয়ে যাবে
Can this turn into
এই রাউন্ডটা জিততে হবে গ্লোবালকে যাই হয়ে যাক না কেন ভাই
Is it going to be the same as the last couple of maps where XLG find their momentum and then the map is theirs?
ওটা ব্যাপার XLG মোমেন্টাম বেস্ট খেলে প্রচুর তাহলে খেলছে এখন
XLG's plan this round is to leave that A main hit alone, let them take the space and instead fight back into mid. Paranoia was being primed by Lysor, but well, no one's there. GE decided on the slowest play possible, really, from Patman, the man who comes into this round with the Viper's pick. You'd expect him to be with the pack, and instead he sits behind lurking. Now wall goes down.
अरे यश भाई आ चुके हैं वापस भाई इतनी रात को
he is instead just containing the space behind them. Everyone on site
थ्रो कर दे रहा है
अरे content that their back is secure and that allows them to fight forward with great confidence.
Important to have him as that backstab. It was something that you mentioned that he was getting caught on the other side often by Happyway, and now he's been able to do the same to him, and I think that was what it was about. Like, you have to bear in mind, these teams play each other regularly in their scrims, and so to outmaneuver someone, you're going to have to be smarter. They're going to know some of your tendencies, so playing much deeper, playing off-site with a Viper's Pit, it's a little bit obscure, but it's worked out wonderfully for GE. 1 round behind. The weaponry going to be much more of an issue in this one for XLG. That's whether or not. There you go. It's such an off angle. And if there's more than one player, he's almost definitely dead to rights, but that just feels like a hard read on what his opponents were going to do.
The worrying thing here as XLG call a timeout is, again, drawing the comparison of how so many GE maps have gone early success, and then they completely teeter out. We just saw it 3 rounds in a row to start the first half, and then they got 1 from that point onwards. Now, 4 out of 5 rounds have gone their way. They won the rounds they should, 1 and 2. They lose the third, as you'd expect on your bonus, and they fall right back into things. Now put XLG down to an eco. I would say the next round is where XLG can fight back, but then I think of the last map, and it was the eco where they bounced back into things, where they completely shattered GE.
Yeah, something that has as well been a coin-based win condition has been Havoya. Go back to the first map. I think it was 5 rounds in a row. He takes a pause. I think maybe they get one more, and then they streak the rounds back. He has been someone to sort of get them back in check, to spot if things are going wrong.
No man,
And he's done it early as well. Like, even go back to the last map, it was after they lost 2 rounds. Immediately, he was like, I know I need to take a pause in this moment. And he's found that moment once again. Of course, it's not going into a buy round, but they do have some interesting pieces on the table. Hunter's Fury. And even a couple of ults just one away. Okay.
क्या डैमेज खेलो
ऑटो want to be cautious in.
No man can एकदम
I say GE, but I don't say Pat.
No man hero Vandal, yes.
Taking risks.
Vandal hero Vandal.
Go back to Lotus. And go back to Haven. We saw it as well. Some TPs up against the Ecos as well. But his reward is huge. He's gotten himself double doors control. He's pulled the rest of the squad back towards this A site. And Molly's going to slow them down for a moment. The paranoia, though, this could be deadly from Lysor. He's gotten around that wall, but he won't have enough ammo to finish off the kill. And in fact, it takes a while for Raga, but in goes the Hunter's Fury. It was aimed at Javi, but he survives. And because of that, gets himself a res. Puts this into a 4v2. And again, it was definitely a bump in the road, but it looks like they've weathered the storm.
কিন্তু পিছন থেকে একটু প্রেসার আসছে মিড থেকে
Patman's position is not going to be expected. It doesn't matter though.
Nice one.
No man will win the fight, but with Happyweight still just down to the classic. A wraparound even coming in from behind. If he was to get anything.
मुश्किल है भाई यदि
Seems like the goal is maybe to just try and retrieve the rifle, but that's easier said than done. 9-9. GE's fight back continues as they will level up and get themselves onto the same score. However, this is where the pause was for. And honestly, this got a little bit dangerous. I think if it wasn't for Javi having just the reactions to put himself up on the wall, he's probably dead. And then that Hunter's Fury might have eliminated half of their team.
Well, honestly, if the Hunter's Fury is tucked in a little bit behind that corner, I think he gets the kill onto Javi as well. That would have stopped the res from coming in. Never mind the man advantage. They would have been neck and neck. And XLG would have had a chance to get some rifles. It is worrying with how things have gone before, but as you said, the pause was for this round. XLG come into the previous, and they do a pretty good job in the brawls. This flash, oh, it's not a pretty flash. It hasn't made it around the corner. Ult's going to be popped, though, and a chance for Raga going in through the wall of Udaton. And he has sent the entire attacking side out of A main. They have no space elsewhere on the map either, and the trap's going to be broken. And I think even worse, they think Lysor's there. They must have heard the TP. Thank God they were spamming him.
Yeah, look at some of the control, though, in the defenders' positions.
They've
got deep presence towards B. They've got deep presence towards mid. They're definitely not playing afraid at this stage of the map, even after losing a streak of rounds. And by the looks of it, Raga thought, well, you know, the last flash was so good, I'm going to attempt this one again. 40 seconds up and coming on the clock, and a lot of this feels like Patman is a huge part of this one. They might be looking to try and hunt him down.
30 seconds left.
The fact that he avoided the fight, he thinks that they've just left him as an unaccounted for factor, but Patman back turn to Happyway. It's an easy pickup now. The push out to site under heavy threat. 15 seconds. The plant needs to be found fairly soon, and there's more than enough players here to cover every angle. No man with 2. No 3K this time, but a flawless round for XLG is just as good.
Man, every time we see the Voya take a pause, there's impact. Every single time. The trap set up to start it off with the run it back. The aggression into mid just to wait for Patman. He has been annoying. They have been caught by him multiple times, so they don't flank through the spawn. They just hold their positions. Much more patient. And even No Man just waiting in case they were to go back to B. But once they had the information, cross through, they hold that ground. And they punish Global Esports. Of course, though, Global Esports have been getting a lot of rounds streaked together. Plenty of economy to buy into this one. T.Force even going to help out a little more. And Mitch, they've got the ults.
Exactly at the safety nets. Maybe needed. It's double digits for XLG. They're decently open, but the rotate back in from Happyway now. 1 away from a Viper's Pit as well. The drones almost perfectly in sync coming out from both sides, but that mid space that was just cleared by XLG, they don't know that Patman is they do know.
Are Patman back to आगे आस्ते
Patman is flying under the radar. He has been caught for free, and now man advantage for XLG.
I genuinely wonder if that was part of the pause hunt to try and find that man. The spam's doing so much damage. Autumn was waiting for the right moment, and it never quite came. Already, that overdrive is going to be poured into play, but you have to bear in mind it ticks away pretty quickly. Bladestorm also thrown in, a lot of ultimates into the round, but Crystal's late position is going to help out a little bit. Losing teammates on the other side, he has to try and expend that Hunter's Fury, and he will be able to do some damage, a lot of damage in fact. Shotgun might just clear it instead, he's found the team! And there's Crystal again!
Let's go!
Another Red Bull clutch to add to the collection!
Oh, this guy came to London in the zone. I don't know what they're putting in Crystal's coffee, but this guy, a Red Bull clutch found here, and it's certainly not the first big round we've seen from him. Again, every series has had a map where he is by far the best player, but outside of that, in every map, he's had these rounds, he's had these moments, and that keeps us even. That keeps GE in with a chance. Viper's Pit right away from Happyway towards this B site. But there's 3 players looking to fight A main on XLG. Meanwhile, the wrap is coming around. GE have got a ton of space.
अबे Batman शुरू होते ही कैसे मर जा रहा है?
You can see XLG are wary of this Leo. They'll caught with his bow and arrow out. It's not a favorable fight. The spam good from Lysor to at least trade it back. And it looks like the rest of the team is so far behind. But at least the trade from Autumn will keep this competitive.
2v3.
Spike spotted in middle, and because no man's gone down, it's an immediate response from, well, both sides of the map. Happyway falls out of his pit, knows he could be surrounded, and the other players have then got aggressive in towards A main. Now it does mean that there's a pretty hefty opening on the B side. It looks like their decision is to just try and play this one as a retake, use that man advantage in their favor. But it's very slow from GE. They are expecting there to be someone implemented. There has been all the way through the map. Whenever they rotate, there is someone in an aggressive position. And this is one of the first times that there isn't.
Yeah, in fact, Happyway gave up the Viper's Pit. He dropped it and then just fell back to the spawn. He's covering off this mid push, making sure no one comes through there. And if you know they haven't come that way and they're not in A main, it's pretty easy to guess where they might be. The only problem is the chamber trip's still behind. The smoke, though, going to cover it off. Half covering. Their way past. This is huge for Lysor, but he won't catch the plant. And now Autumn, he's looking back. He's worried about the window. No, in fact, he's worried that they've done exactly this, that they've made it past his trap, but the bait is beautiful. Rarga drew his eye and has left Crystal in need of another gigantic play. That spray looked good. Lysor's alive on 5 HP. But Crystal might still have done enough. The spike, though, being diffused as we speak. The man with 5 health, the man who survived the battle with Crystal just moments ago! Sticks it right around the corner! 11 for XLG! And that's gotta hurt. That's gotta sting. It looked like Lysor was dead to rights.
আর ওটা মারবে কি করে? ও রিভিল হয়ে গেছে না, রিভিলটাকে ভাঙছে না।
Back to the last map when the streak continued. Who was there?
টাইপ করছে না, টাইপ করছে।
Look at this map. 24 and 14. There's been impact players throughout. He has been the guy. And if they are to make it into the playoff stage, I know who will be getting the majority of the packs. There's no doubt about that. GE will call their second pause. It was a very close round. Again, an incredible attempt from Crystal. Seconds were the margin. And an even finer margin of HP. 5 remained. But that doesn't mean too much now. They'll invest into this one. Both teams are going to have their economy on the brink. In fact, this might be the difference between XLG closing this in regulation and a potential overtime.
Either mid pick off হচ্ছে খুব বাজে হবে বা একদম এই নেক্সট রাউন্ডে প্যাটম্যান মিডে পড়ে গেল।
আসলে লেট আসুক না মিডে, আগে আসতে বলছে কি? আসলে একদম লেট আসুক, হোল্ড করুক।
It's a 1-round lead for the defensive side, and GE come in here with a mixed buy. It's going to be 4 rifles. It's going to be a Viper's Pit. But Udaton, the man top of the scoreboard, it looked like he was going to play with a stinger. Thank God. He's gotten a drop. He's got himself a Phantom. Back in the driver's seat, you would hope, for GE. Or this will be an event that they will be quick to forget.
Wow. A few sleepless nights. Might disagree with you with how some of these rounds have gone, but it's both teams on the edge of making it to playoffs.
Please drone, please drone.
On to the next flight home.
Drone to drone
back. He tries to be a hero and instead
ball করে উঠবে ভাই এটা আবার কি হলো
still causing issues. The trade-out should be there, but he's still got a teammate to play with. Crystal though has got 2 in a second.
ভাই এটা বাজে প্লে ভাই বল করে উঠো
3 players were still on the other side of the map. They maybe thought that those two could do some damage, but they almost won the round alone.
ফালতু হারলো এই রাউন্ডটা
Chance to make this to 12 for XLG. Started this series down a map, needing the reverse sweep. Crystal has been the man that has caused so many headaches for them. But look how patient they are. Where GE were in the lead on Lotus and they made some individual mistakes. They were a little ambitious in the fights they took. Well, it's a different story from XLG. They took in, they played together, and they win together 12-10. 2 chances for XLG to eliminate Global Esports. 2 chances for XLG to make it to playoffs.
Down on the previous map and needed a mass streak of
rounds.
They've been down in this second half as well, with GE again seemingly finding that momentum, but once more, Avoya takes a pause. The game turns on its head, and now the pressure is all on Global Esports. It looked like they came into this game as the favorites, eliminating Full Sense on their journey while XLG took down DRG. And now it all comes down to this happy way. Well placed! And he's taken R3! That might just be the end! Crystal alongside Autumn, who's already down to 10. He's already gone. And now Crystal with the most impossible clutch of the lot to keep Global Esports in the tournament. They know exactly where he is. Revealed, blinded, spammed, and eliminated. It is XLG. The marching on to the playoffs. And GE will be heading home.
So many would have said that XLG's destiny was a flight in a few days. But destiny only binds you if you let it. They came to this event underestimated, but that time may be behind them. Lysor, 25-14. They dug deep. And now a deep run could be in their future, making waves on the international stage and history in the making.
God, it's super impressive. Global Esports fought hard, there's no doubt about it. They had to go back versus their countrymen. And then they had to fight their scrim partners. For Crystal, that meant fighting his old team. And well, you can see there's still a lot of love for the guys on the other side. Unfortunately, when you fight your friends, there is still only one that can go marching on. And this time, the victor was XLG. A very impressive display, a show of resilience. And I'll be honest, the coach that I think deserves a lot of plaudits. That was perfectly timed pauses all the way through the games. And that has led them to a short break, the day off. And then they're right back to fight again in the playoffs.
They've certainly earned that rest. Down on that stage, as I said, many would have questioned how far XLG could make it. But it seems that story hasn't hit the end of the run just yet.
So hello guys, goodbye, good night.
juice like a snow cone. Ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senoritas going loco. Make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo. They big mad cause they coming up short like Frodo. Activate the beast mode. I keep it hot, give your brain a heat stroke. You ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a milli, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stops. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, it's my style. No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers till my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stops. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, it's my style. Juice like a snow cone. Ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senoritas going loco. Make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo. They big mad cause they coming up short like Frodo. Activate the beast mode. I keep it hot, give your brain a heat stroke. You ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a milli, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stops. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, it's my style. No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the